energy. I swear to God, it's the same thing. I can just do it easier. I don't have to run.
They haven't worked.
So Pete,
I could not believe the difference.
look at the money you're saving.
You're not kidding there. It's a lot of money.
It was the belly fat. I could get weight off, but I could never get the tummy off.
Did you see that email I just forwarded?
And I had more energy than I've had in 20 years.
Guys, if you
He said I would have
gain energy,
all these women are going to have to change their Depends.
the safe, natural, and affordable way to boost your testosterone.
Did you talk to Ross about fasting? Or?
Yeah, sure did.
Or call 888.
We started off talking about Amazon.
That's 888.
Amazon's a monster, man. Just a monster. He brought up a cool article. Target's like,
What did you talk about fasting? What did you?
just my experience doing it and why I did it. How it kicks in cell repair and autophagy. And
This is not an offer to sell franchise.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people, like Ross yesterday, you say you're fasting, they're like, what's wrong with you? That's bad for you. It's horrible. It's not good for you.
They have no.
Well, they've never even looked. They've never done any research. They've been brainwashed their entire life.
That's why I get so pissed off when people say, well, you know,
oh,
you need some carbs. Do you know you need no carbs? Zero. And people believe you need some. Why is that?
Well, like you said, protein actually will break into sugar at some point. So if you really, hey Gigi, if you really need carbs, your body will create it. I just got off a 3-day fast.
What?
Yeah, Suzanne did
Yeah,
too.
look at you're fading away. How?
I didn't really do it for weight. I did it for more of a cleanse.
Yeah.
It's great for the body, mind.
It is. It is really good.
Clarity now. I can speak Russian, and I never said a word before.
He's like George. He's become so much smarter.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I just started talking Japanese in my sleep.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Now, granted, no one Japanese understood a word I said.
Exactly, but you did.
It sounded Japanese.
Do you know what that song meant?
What song?
Turning Japanese.
Yeah, do you know what it means?
No. I didn't even know there was.
Wasn't it masturbating?
Yeah.
Is that a Beatles song?
No, it's an 80s song.
Turning Japanese.
Turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
Now, there's a reason. But it's disgusting.
Oh, here it is right here.
It's disgusting. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know why they
Because
call it
of what your eyes do?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
See, I'm a big 80s.
Hey, you are.
The 80s was...
No, you are really, you're right. I never knew you would know that.
Isn't that funny?
It's about masturbation.
Yeah, yeah.
The song Turning Japanese.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Because when you climax your eyes,
Yeah.
You're like,
So is Cindy Lauper. Cindy
that
Lauper.
is racist as it gets.
It is.
well, it's not
My
racist.
God.
It's
Turning
not.
Japanese? It's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, ask our audience if it's
Mark.
racist.
It was the 80s.
No, but it wasn't
That's
about
before racism.
Japanese. I mean, it was about.
You're basically saying turning slant-eyed. That's exactly
Right.
what. Okay, and you're saying that doesn't have a racist component.
Well,
It wasn't hateful.
Here I am. Here I am, the one that gets called a racist more than anybody.
It wasn't hateful.
now
I had
Cindy
never heard this
Lauper's
song.
She Bop is also about the same thing.
Really?
Bop.
Sheba? Wow.
I missed all these songs.
Well, you know, rock and roll, it's the devil's music.
That's why I stayed away from it. I basically listened to Metallica and Megadeth.
Ooh.
I was one of those.
I love this iPhone, by the way, Mark.
Oh,
You wouldn't believe how screwed up AT&T was.
Here,
You have an
something.
8?
Can you put something on your Google Calendar for me real quick?
Yes, I can actually.
Okay.
I can actually.
Okay. And I'm going to send you a video I
can do-
want you to download.
I can do anything.
Okay. We'll see.
Actually,
Or anything.
I can, Mark.
Wait till you install something like a recording software that doesn't work.
He's a son of a bitch, boy. Well, actually, I shouldn't insult his mother. He's just a bastard.
Hey,
Why-
she was
I
married.
often wondered, why do you insult,
I hate
a
iPhone.
guy's mother when you're calling him a son of a bitch?
Right.
I mean, it's really, you son of a, I have nothing against it.
That's
Well,
really
it goes back
mean.
to like your mama jokes. You're attacking their mama. I mean, that's the origination of your
I
mama
absolutely
jokes.
have nothing against your mother or father. I want your father to come out and go ride.
They're too liberal. I've got issues with
I want to take your dad in the helicopter.
Oh, he'd love that. Actually, he'd rather go flying. Well, you know.
I'll do that too. My little haircut.
The Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling
Hi, Tom Martino.
your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This show is all about help, isn't it? Helping you solve your problems, answering your questions, taking your complaints, making your life a little easier. Today we have Gigi Wink in with us. She can talk about finance, personal finance, debt settlement, bankruptcy, if you need a fresh start. And she can just chime in on anything from Wink and Wink. And you can call about anything you want. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, we want to hear about it. If somebody lied to you, cheated you, ripped you off, if for some reason you believe that you've been wronged, we want to make it right. Now, here's what we really love to do. We love to use the referral list. Our group of people, it's a very exclusive group. Seriously, it is. And we police them and follow them. And we really, really handle problems, the few that we have, right away. You don't have anyone else to call if you use another list except us. We help with everyone. Now, we like to prevent problems, but if you've had a problem, call us. We will help you. Over the last few days alone, we've recovered thousands of dollars for people, and we will continue to do that. Hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions over the 38 years. So you tell friends about the show, call us up, and just unload. 303-713-TALK. We also like helping people with other things. For example, if you want to buy something and you think you found your best deal, call us, give us a shot, and we'll beat the deal. We'd like to try to do unusual things, but anything you have, as long as comparisons can be made. We can't do used cars or something used, but if you have something new, you got your absolute best price, a product or service, we will beat that deal. We will beat it. You just call and say, this is what I have and this is my best deal. But it's got to be a real deal for us to beat it.
Don't forget the child molester, scumbag, and we're trying to help that guy out.
Now, here's what's happening with that.
I said that wrong.
This convicted pornographer, child exploiter, in prison for 27 years, is fighting the adoption of his daughter, 7 years old. He will not see his daughter for 30 years, but he's fighting it. He hasn't seen her since she was an infant, thank God.
Yeah.
Now he wants custody and visitation. The stepdad is trying to adopt the baby girl. She's now 7. The stepdad needs help with some legal fees. We have managed to get discounted legal help, but we can't discount fees and court costs, and we're raising money at GoFundMe.com/fight4adoption. If you go to our Facebook page, referral list, you will find a story about it, a post about it, and we're trying to help him. We really appreciate all of the kind people already. We have raised some money, and we are so, so happy and grateful. So happy. The only thing this show does is help people. Why people continue to be upset with it, I cannot believe.
Well, thank God they are. It adds an element.
Mark, for 38 years, people in the media, people all over, have been trying to disprove, discredit, and ruin this show for 38 years through thick and thin, false accusations, ups and downs. We have done nothing but help people, and we will continue to do it. But I say to the detractors, bring it, because we have put up with everything. There's not a sling or an arrow we haven't faced, so bring it on.
You know, what I found is the easiest thing to say is, well, what have you done? Hey, last week I saved people $100,000, and I helped this lady, and I'm trying to help this guy keep his daughter. And I'm sorry, what did you do?
And we're getting a woman a liver.
That's right.
Think about that.
We sent so many people to her that the hospital, the RN in charge of it,
overwhelmed.
She said, please hold off for a little bit.
People who listen to this show that were willing to give an organ to someone. So no matter what your trouble is, we will help you. Alberta, what's going on? Alberta.
Good morning, Mr. Tom Martino. I appreciate everything that
Well, what can we do for you?
Well, my husband just recently passed away October the 3rd. And the big question is, am I responsible for his debt, his medical bill?
Well, I'll talk to you about that, Alberta, but first, was this sudden?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Not good.
Do you have any friends?
I do.
You got friends and family?
I have a couple of friends.
Well, listen. If you were on a joint account with him, you will be responsible for the joint accounts. Now, Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink. Gigi, there is a thing called a family doctrine.
Family purpose doctrine.
Family purpose doctrine. Now, Alberta, most likely no one comes after this upon death, but we're going to explain what it is. Go ahead. What is it?
So it dates back to the 1800s, and the unfortunate thing is there's not a lot of good case law around it, but some judges in the state of Colorado have found that medical bills incurred by one married person, one half of a married couple, can be found to be for the purpose of the family.
Not just medical bills,
yeah, well,
but for each other,
could be,
but for children.
Yes.
And a TV.
That's right.
I mean, technically, if you buy something, a car, something for the family. However, Gigi, aren't they almost never successsive, truly?
Almost never, but the medicals are the only ones I've seen go through successfully.
To the estate, but not to personal liability.
No, I've seen
personal
spouses sued for husbands or wife's medical bills. However, they get default judgments most of the time because people do not respond.
Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to help you. And if that ever happens to you, if anyone comes after you, we're going to help you because there's an easy way out of it. But Alberta, most likely, unless you actually signed on an account, you're not going to be held responsible. Now, have you signed on an account?
Like what kind of account?
A credit card?
No.
Okay. What bills did he have?
Well, he had a Harley.
Okay.
And I've already called them to come and pick that up.
Okay, and that definitely is his. You didn't sign for it, so they come and get it, and they might huff and puff and say,
how do we know there wasn't equity in it?
Well,
maybe he was in the last year of payments.
No. He had 2 more years left on it, and the bike is worth less than what is owed on it.
What else, Alberta?
Well, we own a house together.
Okay. Now, did you own it in...
That's my biggest fear.
If you owned it in such a way that it reverts to you...
I'm still paying on it.
I understand, but how was it held in title? Do you remember?
It was probably just both of them.
I think, yeah, both of us, and I don't know if it matters on whose name is first or who...
No.
But on the mortgage, is there a mortgage?
Yes.
Is it in his name or yours, both?
Both.
How much equity is in the house?
Good.
About $250.
Okay, Alberta, listen, I don't think anyone's going to come after the equity because you're not on anything, and they would have a tough time. Plus, the house probably, most couples have the home, so when one dies, it automatically reverts to the other.
Joint.
And I assume that's what it was. I really do. Very seldom do people have... tenants in common.
Right.
Or is that's the one?
The standard Colorado is joint tenancy with the right of survivorship.
Right. Yeah. But tenants in common mean if Mark and I buy a rental...
Or 5 of us.
Yeah, I don't want Mark getting my half. I want it going to my estate. So really, this is your home now. Now, technically the bank could call it due on death because of a change of circumstance.
Can you still pay the mortgage?
Yes, of course.
No. I'm saying, can she still pay the mortgage without his income?
Yeah. Oh. You mean you have
like literally?
Can you get along, Alberta?
I don't have a problem paying the mortgage.
Good.
The mortgage is only $1,000.
Oh, you're doing good. Yeah.
Yes. So I've been. Just before this all happened, I've been working with Alex at American Furniture. Yeah, not American Furniture.
American Finance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so I think the biggest fear.
Are you refinancing, Alberta?
I was, but I don't want to pay his. I don't feel like I need to pay his debt. I think
No, you don't have to, Alberta. Don't worry about it. No, don't strap yourself.
She should really have at least a free conversation with Salisbury.
With David Salisbury. We're going to set up a conversation with you with David Salisbury.
Okay.
And he'll look over your estate. He will not charge you.
Yeah, because it may need to be in probate.
Okay, so we'd like to talk to you, and if you need probate, he'll let you know, okay?
How about assets like a bank account? Did you guys have a joint checking account or savings with a lot of money or a 401k?
No.
Okay. And
the house.
how old was he?
He was 50 years old.
Oh my God,
gosh.
Alberta! Alberta, what happened?
Gilbert had a lot of health problems, such as end-stage renal disease, and finally his heart. He got up in the morning, had his breakfast, and covered up and went.
My goodness.
I'm so sorry.
You're a young woman, Alberta.
Thank you, Tom.
I mean, you're in your 50s, right?
Yes,
or 40?
sir, I just turned big 50 August.
Well, listen,
17th.
you got your whole life ahead of you, so I know why you're asking this now. So,
Right.
so yes.
Don't you pay a nickel.
And
I
if
mean,
you need any
make
help,
sure it's real.
we're going to give you a special number for behind the scenes.
Okay.
If you need help, okay? You can consider us like family, okay?
I mean,
Thank you,
literally with anything. If you need a roof, if you need just advice, anything.
Yeah, don't get ripped here. And you have any kids?
I have one daughter. So let me ask you one quick
Yes.
question. There was some medical bills that I have been paying. Should I continue with them? Or
It
tell me-
depends. It depends. I need to know what were the circumstances of these medical bills. What medical bills? Your husband's?
Yeah, there were his medical bills that I was already paid.
I understand, but were they his medical bills? He went to his doctor? Did you ever sign for responsibility?
The only thing I've been doing is signing the checks to pay for it.
Okay.
And it was only like $800.
How much is
So
left in medical bills?
That I've been paying?
No, yeah,
$800.
total medical bills.
I have no idea.
Okay. Here's
I
what
know
you
now that the ones I'm paying now are little less than $1,600.
now, Alberta, you don't have to pay them if you're not on the account. But remember, they could invoke the family purpose doctrine. They could say, because it was your husband, this bill was a joint bill because it was for the benefit of the family. And you're going to say, well, even if it was a family purpose, that purpose died with him. And that usually works because he is no longer around. There is no purpose. And that might sound harsh to people, but you need to think about survival right now, so you think about yourself. And if you have any questions, Suzanne will give you a number, okay? You hold on, and we'll get... What's that?
Before we hang up, could I also let everybody know that Allstate Cremation, they were so good to us.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Amazing folks out there. We had a lot of problems with the insurance company getting them paid. They were so professional.
Excellent.
From the day that I called, Allstate is the best. They are so awesome.
I'm impressed that you. Okay, that's really good. I'm happy that you're happy about it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember, you can call us with anything. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. More coming right up.
Can I get that third hour over there so I can see how heavy it is? Man, 50 years old. I can see why she was upset.
Oh, yeah.
225 has been
Oh, my goodness.
highway traffic flow back up to speed
Yeah,
on that.
nuts.
Like I-25 up to speed through the heart of town. No delays on east and west on I-70.
How's it biz?
All the way out to
It's all right.
I
think we're blowing up another bubble here.
Oh, I know. I'm going to tell you. I feel it in my bones. Things are slowing down.
Yep. Yep. Hi, how are ya? I like your
I feel it in my
Oh
bones.
gosh, you're actually cute. Tom, look at Gigi's pit mojo.
Oh,
that's a pit mojo.
Yeah, but except now that I shaved. It,
Oh, you gotta update.
It just,
How cute is that? I love it.
Did it pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. And they're
You're 2 years
you're
out.
starting to hear those commercials on the radio now. I heard one the other day about pulling the equity out of your house. And it literally said on the commercial, you can pull the equity out of your house, use it to pay your bills, go on vacation. It said it on the commercial on the radio.
Well, they're selling loans.
But that's how we got to the last real estate crash.
Yeah, but I think we're going to hit 27,000 in the market.
But most people aren't in the market.
Yeah, a lot of these people that
Well,
are in that
actually,
If they are, it's
with
through their
their
retirement.
Yeah, when you talk about all your retirement stuff, most
Yeah.
everyone is in the
Right, that's where you're in the market.
Well, if you listen to
But-
statistics,
We are up huge today. Huge.
But people aren't paying their credit
Bigly.
cards with their
Bigly.
stock market gains.
Bigly.
Oh yeah, the market.
We're one step closer to tax reform. They did the first hurdle.
this is
But
what
it's
maybe
done.
happened with this.
this revolt within the Republican Party.
Nothing.
Because both of those guys say they're true conservatives, and the tax reform.
They'll vote for the tax reform.
They voted.
Will Trump be reelected?
If tax reform goes through, I have no doubt he will be. If tax reform doesn't go through, I think every
How
Republican
is
is
the
going
tax
to be
reform going to help middle America?
more money. They're going to make more money.
I'm willing to make a bet right now.
No.
They're going to lose their mortgage
I'm
interest
willing to
deduction.
they're not.
They're going
No,
to lose
they're
I'm
their.
willing to
They
make a bet he
might.
will not be
They're not.
reelected.
They might.
Who wants to bet he won't be reelected? I'm willing to bet.
I'll go with you. I think he's not going to be reelected.
I'm not hoping. They're going to be right just like last time they were right. He called me on the day of the election. The day of the election telling me your guy's losing.
Holy shit.
It was
That was before Florida came in.
Early returns.
I couldn't believe it.
No obligation to you.
Oh, no, I didn't just say that. I said it looks like a landslide.
Yeah, a landslide. And then this sea of red came over the country.
That's where all these lunches started
So
going.
funny.
You keep forgetting about all the people. And I got to tell you, this new thing, this new uranium deal, and then finding out that they were in bed with the Russians, the campaign directly with Hillary, is insanity.
Here's what was funny. Hillary was criticizing him for being in bed with the Russians, and she was the one hiring them.
To actually
I
do the
know it.
fake report.
She said,
Imagine if she used that
She said
report
it was-
to get the FBI involved.
But she said it was terrible that he was colluding with the FBI, with Russia, and she was doing it.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
They're all so corrupt.
They
Every
all
one of
are.
them. They are.
He is too. Don't kid yourself.
Of course.
They're all
Not as
corrupt.
He just hasn't been in it that long. He's not as corrupt.
As a business person, he is. He's a
You're right.
mobbed up,
Well,
mobbed
I don't
up like
know
you
that.
wouldn't believe.
Yeah, but they
know
set
that.
the rules. In other words,
Right.
Congress set the
Say it.
rules.
Don't put him on a pedestal.
He is on a pedestal. Big league pedestal.
Oh my God.
No.
I don't think he'll be.
He's the only Republican I ever voted for, simply because he's a businessman.
Right. But he's all
He has
dead.
put.
Yeah.
I'm looking
He's all
at.
dead.
Listen, I'm looking at one account. I swear to God, Gigi.
Yes.
At the beginning of the year, and I haven't put any more cash in it. It
Right.
had 100,000 in it.
Yep.
Okay. It's
No.
got 153,
No one's gonna
893
dispute
now.
that the market is through the roof.
Mark, I got to do something. God dang it.
God, you missed the boat,
No, I
Tom.
didn't miss the boat.
I told him last week.
No,
We've
you told
got
me-
another.
You told me a year ago.
Right.
We've got another.
8 months ago.
We still
Right.
have a good run up
You told
coming.
me 8 months ago. I got to.
Oh,
Put it in now, right before it crashes, Tom.
Knowing my luck, once he does go in, the
That's
whole
what
market
I'm
will come
saying.
down.
Right now?
Nobody knows.
This is my problem.
If
It's
the-
gambling.
If the tax reforms and that repatriatizing of money comes back, whew,
Oh my God.
that's going to be.
We'll see. I
Well,
think
that-
Warren Buffett
I-
said we'll
I
see
hope you guys
30,000.
are right. That
Warren
would be
Buffett
amazing.
said 30,000 on the Dow. And he's as liberal as they get.
That's true.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. See, it's a privilege when somebody's husband dies and she thinks about calling me for help. I'm happy to be there. And anyone else who needs help, give me a call. We'll take care of you, dear. We'll take care of you. 303-713-TALK today. Gigi Wink with us from Wink and Wink. Very first call. She was good. She was good to go for that one because we had some good information on debt. Penny, what's happening with you, Penny?
Yes, I have a grandson that has been ill for the last 3-4 months. He has breaks out on his body for the last 3 to 4 months. It looks like measles, but it's not. It's kind of pussy, and then it turns into blood.
And what is it called? What is this called?
Doctors don't know. They've been testing for all kinds of things, and they just don't know.
Really?
But he has a young family, and they're getting really behind. And I told him he needs to talk to an attorney and about a disability. But I don't know myself. I don't know one for him to talk to. So I thought maybe you could help.
A doctor?
Well, either a doctor or a lawyer, one or the other.
Maybe a Social Security attorney.
They're saying it's not. Are they saying it's not a disability?
Well, they're saying he's disabled to go to work.
So he hasn't filed anything to get SSDI.
We can put you.
They don't know what to do.
Our friends with the Center for People with Disabilities, I put their information on line 7. They help out for free filling these forms out.
For Social Security disability.
That's all.
Because let me tell you, attorneys that do it do a great job too, but they take, I think, what, 30%?
20 to 30, yeah.
Maybe it's 20% of everything retroactive.
Yep, and usually that's a big number.
But
huge.
Now they don't go forward. It's just from the date of you file.
I know what you're saying.
You get retroactive benefits, or does it go back to when you were eligible?
It goes back to they just take a chunk of whatever that award is, that first award you get.
But I don't believe it's even the date you file. I think it's the date.
No, it's back to when the disability started.
Right.
I believe.
Now, Penny, you need both. I mean, you want to find out what's wrong with your son, but they do say he's disabled. They just don't know what name to give it, do they?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I took him to the doctor the other day because he was in so much pain. He was scared to drive. So I took him to the doctor.
That sounds
I can't believe they can't figure it out with the symptoms right there.
Yeah, well, that's what he's so frustrated. He broke down crying because he was so frustrated.
What if he's allergic to something?
As far as SSDI goes, I think this is a great option Suzanne's presenting with the center that helps you fill out the first application, because most people get denied on the first application.
It's probably better to do it yourself, get turned down, and then see an attorney.
That's what I think, too.
And we can refer you to some attorneys. But right now, if you go, unfortunately, it's a very weird website, okay? It's CPWD. Now, so I'm going to give you the phonetics. Charlie, Papa, Whiskey, Delta. Okay, did you get those letters? Hyphen, ILC, which is India, Lima, Charlie.
Got it.
Okay, .org.
And then, Tom, she needs to go in and look for her location, her area for the right office. Because there's several offices in the area.
Now, Penny, after you call them and you start filling out these forms, if you hit any snags, you can get right back to us.
What a great bunch of people to have around. I'm sure it's a non-profit.
The center.
It is. They're wonderful.
In fact, if they ever need anything, tell them to call us, and let's put them on the air sometime. Penny, just start there. And then as far as medically, I'm going to start thinking about it, Penny. You've been to, I assume, to all the dermatologists you can go to, right?
Well, he's been going, I don't know how many he's been going to, but he's been going to a dermatologist.
Well, he should definitely get another
test.
Can you describe it again, though? Is it all over his body, just his face? Does it look like chicken pox? What?
It looks like measles when it first appears.
Right.
It's all over it's in his ears, it's in his face.
And then it gets swollen and pussy, and then bloody.
Yes.
My gosh.
And they've done a lot of tests on him, but they cannot figure out what's going on.
I wonder if we've got a dermatologist.
Well, there are plenty of great dermatologists. I mean, but I assume that I don't know. I assume they went to one. Penny, leave your contact information. And if anyone calls us, we have a great, vast audience that loves to chip in and chime in. So if anyone's listening, and they've heard of this, little red dots like measles that turn pussy and bloody.
Especially a dermatologist.
Yeah, but anyone listening, write to us live at troubleshooter.com or call us, 303-713-TALK. And the other number that we answer 24/7 or at least listen to for absolutely sure is 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Suzanne, what kind of a grievance, whenever I have my employees that having grievances between each other, we really have to take
Gotta
this
get
up.
It worked out.
So you have a grievance against Mark, and it's kind of awkward because you're married.
I do.
But
so
you want me to handle it, so what is it?
Yeah, so check your email and look at this picture. He was so sweet to buy this little travel suitcase for me so he doesn't have to pay for a carry-on or a check-on. Now look how small it is. And I'm supposed to... Hey, can I finish, Mark? You never let me talk.
Okay, so let her finish.
I'm supposed to fit...
It's a beautiful little
4
suitcase.
4 days worth of clothes, boots, heels, makeup. Check your email, Drew. Check your email, Dan.
I want to
put that on Facebook video.
Now,
I'm supposed to fit 4 days of clothes and dinner clothes in that little suitcase.
Okay, hold on. You're talking to the... Now, first, she said that. Now, you say yours real quick, 30 seconds. What do you want to say?
It won't even take 30 seconds. These are just so we didn't have to pay for carry-on. We're still going to pay for an actual bag.
Oh, you're going to pay for a check
bag? I already paid for a checked bag.
No, you didn't. I looked. You didn't. And you told me, you said, this is what we're going to use since I didn't pay for a check-on bag. And I'm like, how am I supposed to even fit my boots in there? What do you want me to go naked?
I meant for our carry-on. We're going to pack a regular suitcase.
Oh, we are. Oh, problem solved. I'm happy now,
They charge
Tom.
for check-ons, though. This they won't charge for. Like if we bring our laptop and stuff.
Yeah. By the way,
believe this is what happens. This is what happens.
Assumptions.
Assumptions.
Okay, now, let me just say something, because I'm glad you worked it out, because you're talking to the wrong person.
We always fight about
and
packing,
let me tell you
Tom.
Yeah, this is the guy that left a suit in his suitcase for 7 years.
Now, let me just tell you something. Stephanie, you see that size bag there?
Yeah.
We could go away for a month with that bag.
I couldn't do 2 days
then
with
talk
that
to
thing.
her, because she can stuff... She takes outfits, and I'm telling you, it's like Gilligan's Island. Every day they have a different outfit, and you don't know where they got it.
Oh my gosh!
You remember Gilligan's Island?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They did. They had everything.
Ginger had
except for the skipper in Gilligan.
And the Howells. The Howells had a lot.
But I don't know how you got all those outfits.
Oh.
So that's the way she is when it comes.
I am so
to
relieved because we always fight about packing, Tom.
All right. So you don't have to fight about it anymore. By the way, get your car fixed. If you have hail damage, Flexident. Flexident is the preferred way to do it. Flexident is the place that we endorse, and they're on our referral list at referralist.com. We have had a lot of complaints about body shops, but paintless dent repair is the best way to go if your paint isn't involved. If your paint is involved, they can even, sub it out for the rest of the stuff, but do the paintless dent repair. You only pay one deductible. Whatever it is, Flexident, call them first, 303-619-6273, 303-619-6273, flexidentcolorado.com.
What if I told...
So you can take all kinds of shit and zip it up.
Shrink it. Oh, that's so funny.
Do they really work? Oh my God, did they work? You can take a full quilt, like a down quilt, and turn it into something this big. King-size quilt.
Awesome.
What a good husband you are.
I'm going to talk her out of this hole.
I swear to God, Stephanie.
I was going to. I just completely lied.
That's amazing. She's got a skill.
That was a good. That was a good analogy, though. Like Gilligan's Island, right?
It was perfect. I
so
love that.
I'm so buzzing for the fast.
I love that. They used to play that on Boomerang, and then they stopped because Carly would watch it in the mornings, sometimes before school.
Gilligan's Island?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Gilligan's.
I know.
It was
they
only on a few
get
seasons.
Off. Every episode they almost get off, though. It can be like, no.
Originally, it was black and white. Did you know that?
The show
The first season was black and white.
Oh, amazing.
I liked Mary Ann better than Ginger.
Of course.
Oh, Mary Ann was.
Ginger was high maintenance.
Yeah, oh yeah. Plus, Mary Ann actually
was
looked
cute. Yeah. Really
All
cute.
American girl.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
She's still alive, I think.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The Howells can't be alive.
No, it can't be. They were.
He was the voice in Mr. Magoo.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Thurston Howell III.
Yeah. They did get off the island one time, but they ended up on another island, and there was some weird thing there.
There was always, it was always something.
It always backfired.
Gigi, thank you so much for talking to my son.
Yes. I mean, it's one of those where it's like,
There's no answer.
Let's see, just that one debt. Right?
It sucks, though.
It sucks. I was like, what a lesson to learn.
We got the car.
Oh, you did? Good.
No.
No,
We found it.
you found it.
They don't want it.
They don't want it.
Well, because it's trash.
Oh, yeah.
But, you're right, it's trash. They knew they had the accident in Belco in January. And they didn't let us know about it.
Why should...
And they had canceled the insurance, apparently.
He should sue him for a judgment. Why not?
Sue him? Oh, we probably will.
Just take him to small claims for $7,500. You'll get the judgment.
But what I say is that Belco didn't let us know. And
that they knew where the car was and what the whole...
No, they didn't know where the car... They knew the car was impounded and looked totaled.
Oh.
And they said they didn't want anything to do with it.
Right.
I wouldn't either.
Right.
But they, so... yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, it does.
He should sue the kid.
No, we will. But like I say, if we go bankruptcy, then we can't.
Well, the claim against him is not exempt. But like I said, if you don't really do anything about it before you file, they're probably going to close the case without doing anything. And the claim survives for like 2 years.
What sucks is, if he is going to do a BK, shouldn't he do it quicker than later because of his age?
Well, and because the closer you get to that statute of limitations, right, that's going to expire. But what are you ever going to get for that kid?
So his credit score is already, because they just hit him, went from like 710 to 560.
That's, I know. And that's why bankruptcy will wipe that to zero and rebuild from there, whereas it'll just keep getting hit every month now.
I very much enjoyed talking to you. Thanks so much.
Of course. That sucks. I was like, well, you're learning a valuable life lesson about, not trusting people.
And then when I start talking with him, he goes, yeah, I know, I got to learn everything the hard way.
Oh, that sucks.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. And you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But
I told him to stay away from this kid in the first place.
Right. I mean,
that sucks. Work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has...
You know, really, if you've seen it, we really pushed the dial up 2 days ago. Did you see 3M and CAT?
Oh,
those are the two companies that pushed it up.
Here's why CAT is so important. CAT is a global company, and all they do is massive construction. These guys aren't doing basement refinishes.
No,
they're building
that's
the
those
earth.
huge machines, right?
Yes.
This one.
Caterpillar is ginormous. They literally build infrastructure.
And how did John Deere do after that help? I knew you bought. Didn't you buy John Deere and stuff?
I was in and out. They did great. I made a ton of money after earnings and got out.
Because it used to.
I didn't rebuy for you.
Okay.
CAT would be good. But, I mean, I think it went up so much on earnings. I don't think it's
they do the infrastructure bill.
No, this is just for Firestone County.
Okay.
I'm like 2 I need you to sign it, though. I started to.
Kathy Komatsu, I think are the 2 big.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome. Okay, my mess with AT&T, I just wanted to tell you, when I went back to AT&T, I went to a store. They were so nice at the store, but even they were frustrated with AT&T. And there were 2 accounts started in my name. One was rejected because the billing address was a P.O. box, and the other one was rejected well, no, the billing address didn't match the house. It was a long story. Then the second one was started online when I called to complain. Oh, listen, I got to take this call. Suzanne, send me the link immediately, please. Okay, we have on the line a fugitive from the law, and he wants to talk to someone so he can get his story out. We questioned what the heck is going on, but he was I don't know, confronted by a SWAT team, and he was first arrested, I think, and I'll get the story from him, but I'm getting the news story back. But he was first arrested for possession, and then I don't know what happened, but Larimer County Sheriff's deputies say he's the most dangerous fugitive. And this sounds weird, because the only charges, and I don't mean only, I mean, I don't make this sound small, but it was possession, basically, and failure to appear. And they went to him and with the SWAT team, and he got away. And now they're looking for him. And I have the article in front of me, but for the life of me, I don't understand why he's considered so violent. Of course, he's afraid of being shot dead. He's a white guy with brown hair, hazel eyes, 6 feet 2 inches tall, 165 pounds. His name is Cain Lucia, and he's on the most wanted list. And they've been trying to locate him, and he wants to talk to us. Now, I will say this happened once before with us, and we effected a peaceful surrender, and the guy was treated fairly, and everything went well. But I'm not sure what's going on. We'll just let him talk. Cain Lucia, how do you become a most wanted fugitive with a SWAT team after you for possession of drugs?
Well, I've had other instances with law enforcement, and I had won cases before.
But were they, I mean, what about the SWAT team? I mean, are you armed and dangerous? I mean, did you ever confront police with weapons?
Absolutely not. And not only that, the house I was at had a gate that was locked, and they rammed through it, and when they called my name through the speakerphone to come out and they named my address, they didn't even name the right address, because on Google Maps they have a different name for the drive I'm on, which is Quantum Drive, and that's the name that the address that they said, which isn't actually the address. It's
But what does this have to do with? Why are you, okay, first of all, when were you first busted? Let's just go right back there. When were you first arrested?
For this charge, the possession charge?
Yes.
Well, this happened, I think it was back in February 11th.
How were you arrested?
Well, I was pulled over pretty late at night.
Yeah.
And they pulled a Terry frisk on me, which is short of arrest, but they're checking for a weapon.
Well, how much did you have on you? What were you charged with?
Well, they found my medication on me, which I'm medically prescribed methamphetamine, disoxin, 5 milligrams, and that's what the possession charge is
literally. Now, seriously, your charge.
I'm serious.
It was a prescription, nothing else in the car.
That sounds weird.
Now, hold on. So you were arrested for the methamphetamine. Did you present a prescription at the time?
I have, and I've been to court 26 times.
Wait, on this one charge?
On this one charge, and there's also a paraphernalia, which the paraphernalia was a torch in my car.
What was the torch for?
I had to weld my radiator.
Now, Cain, listen, I want to ask you straight up, because I don't care one way or the other. Yeah. Are you a drug user? I mean, I don't think you should. I don't think you should be killed for it. I'm just asking. Are you a drug user?
Well, if your prescription's a drug and there's drugs.
But yeah. Do you do any illegal drugs?
Well, no.
And you said this charge. Were you arrested in the past? Do you have a record?
Yes, but I was found not guilty on the charges.
What were the charges in the past?
Assault on a police officer.
Okay, well that could have something to do with it. What was that? What were the circumstances there?
Well, I had gotten pulled over and tased and a DUI, and I was never given a breathalyzer, nothing, and was trying to fight it, and the same officers saw.
Turn it on.
The crap out of me, and some people I don't even know happened, and tried to find out who I was. And
okay, so here's all I need to know. Right now, you failed to appear. You're out on a possession charge. Why did they send a SWAT team? Is it because obviously they think you're violent? Wasn't there something about a motor vehicle? You tried to run down a cop?
Well, when I saw it, yes. And when I was already on Most Wanted, a cop tried to pull me over, and he immediately had an assault rifle come out of the car with him, and I was not about to stay there.
You took off. Did you try to hit him?
No.
So why are you calling us? What's going on? I mean, this cannot end well with you if you stay on the lam. What's going on?
Well, I have no other way of getting off the lam without being killed. That's how I feel.
So
that's how it is.
Okay, so you want to have a friendly surrender, basically.
Well, I mean, I don't understand what I'm surrendering to, because I have done everything right. I have not...
Well, you had that failure to appear.
Well, after 26 times of showing up and the courts leave a message on my phone saying that the trial is canceled today, and I didn't...
Okay. Kane, right now, the only thing that I can see that you're wanted for, all I can see you're wanted for, can you get Joe Lazzara on? Is he around?
I think we should get...
I want to get an attorney on to talk to you.
I think we should get Joe Lazzara and maybe have this guy come down here, and Lazzara can help him turn himself in.
Or meet him somewhere.
Or somewhere, yeah.
I understand what he's saying. He's afraid of being killed. But at the same time, here's the deal. He's making it worse for himself. He says he doesn't understand, but you do understand, Kane. You had a possession charge. Whether or not you want to fight that, fight it. Or plead to it. But the staying...
is unlawful possession.
Right. No, I understand that, but you're going to have a prescription to show. If you show a prescription, I don't see how...
I already have.
You need an attorney, though. I mean, you're not communicating properly with these guys because they're after you. You have to turn yourself in, and Tommy is reaching out right now by calling us.
Right, but Kane, you're confused over what part of it? The original charge, or the fact that...
I'm not confused about anything. I was arrested, and the charge that I was originally given, and I'm 18-403B of this Colorado Revised Statutes, states what he had written, the officer had written down. Well, that charge isn't a charge, really. It's if someone presents a used needle to someone, that person is not allowed to be arrested. Well, there was no needle involved in my arrest or anything.
But Kane, you were arrested in February for possession because you had a methamphetamine on you, right? Or more? What did you have? What form was it? Did you have pills? What did you have?
I have no idea which form or pill they found, but I know the only drug I would have in there was my medication, methamphetamine.
Okay, were they in a prescription bottle?
I can't answer that 100%, but I don't see why they wouldn't.
How many pills did you have?
Well, they're 5 milligram, and I usually get 30 a month.
Okay, so you had a bottle of methamphetamines, and they were a prescription drug. All right,
I showed up, it was an arraignment, and they were...
All right, we have a defense attorney that can talk to you, but I need you to hang on because, Kane, we want to help you. We really do. There's no need to get killed over drug possession. You don't have any other crimes in your past. You have the other ones were dropped. So let's look into you. Maybe he can give us enough information for us to run a background, Suzanne. And we're going to talk to Joe Lazzara. And speaking of attorneys, John Fuller is another attorney I want to bring your attention to. John Fuller, Fuller Law. John is a personal injury attorney. And if you're ever in an accident and you need help, John Fuller is the guy. John Fuller, Fuller Law. My computer just froze up. That's great. Okay, so we're going to take a break and come right back.
John, Dan, I understand you're not into photography shit, but let me explain something. Because you can learn in like 5 minutes. Seriously. You take a shot, no more than 6 to 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Then you move and get another angle, and you get different focal lengths. But when you're taking a shot, you don't do this and don't do this because stop it. No, you actually stop. It's called a shot. So you take a shot. You take there are 3 shots: wide, there are mediums, and there are tights. You get a variety. So a tight shot would be the screen. And again, I don't expect you to know this because you've never done it. So a tight shot would be like the screen with him on the air there. So you would have a shot of him there, and then you'd have a medium shot, or you'd have a shot this way of me looking. So just try to get a variety, and then we can edit it together. But if you have one long continuous shot like this, we can't do anything with it basically. So it's very difficult.
Very good. This King guy can't communicate. That's why he's not communicating.
Well, no, he's a freaking idiot. I mean,
he needs an attorney.
Well, sure he does, but I think he's not being completely straight.
No, he's not.
Doesn't understand.
He probably doesn't have any money either. Well, no, it's going to have to be appointed. But if you want, I've worked for Sheriff's Department for a couple of years. I'll pat him down and take him in. If he'll meet me.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd like that or not. They would probably. I don't know if they would like that. What would they do if we did that?
Caldwell County?
They might.
No, well, yeah. What are they going to do? The guy's handcuffed.
If we brought him in.
Yeah, because we're doing Lazaro right now.
Yeah, that's true. ICS would do it as well.
Yeah, good. Who's
So
ICS?
that's how we're.
Excellent. Thank you for doing that. I just can't believe my computer.
It's on the referral list.
Oh.
Usually with numbers like that, I have them memorized, Tom. It's hard, last second to get them on the screen, but I can whisper them in your ear always.
Yeah, this whole computer shut down.
Also, the kid with the skin problem, those are really common for people out of the country that end up with parasites that they can't identify.
When they travel.
Yeah, when they travel, or if he works around stuff that's brought in, like foods and stuff.
Yep.
I've had it. Also, if they can't get, I almost died in 9 months into 2004.
For what?
The West Nile virus. Nobody knew I had it.
Peter Boyle's got that too.
Yeah, the Mayo Clinic is miraculous.
Yeah, they're the place to go when you don't know what
So you were traveling West Nile from a mosquito bite or what?
No, I got it here. My neighbor behind me died in 2004. The horses across the street died, but I got it here in 2004.
It was big in that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was big.
Yeah.
Our neighbor got it.
Yeah, I was sick for 9 months.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what it was.
No, and your system's never seen anything like it before. This is a new thing.
Have you noticed the weird stuff happening to me lately? She was witness to it in the office. Everything I'm touching now is just going down. She was there when I was actually literally trying to hit links for AT&T. And if she did it, it worked. If I did it, it didn't work. I swear to God, the woman at AT&T was so upset with me on the chat.
Awesome.
She co-browsed with me.
Yeah, awesome.
And said, okay, do it.
Very
I did it and showed her it didn't work. It kept looping. And she said, well, we've never had this happen before. Of course not. And she did it, and it worked. And she
your
said,
electromagnetic field?
She says, but you have to do it for it to be legal. So she disconnected the chat. I was on for an hour and a half. I almost had it done. She disconnected the chat because she was upset. And I swear to God.
Oh, no.
So then, hold on. She watched me today. I did something with the phone, right? This phone, and it starts swirling. And she's saying, Tom, if people did not witness this for themselves, they would not believe you.
Do you wear watches? Do you wear watches?
I can't.
Yeah.
They don't work.
Something's going on.
I went through a study when I was down there. Magnetite. You'll have to study it. It's in migratory animals. Do you have a profoundly good sense of direction?
No, not necessarily. I don't think I do.
Darn it.
Do you have trouble catching fish? This time I'll sound weird, but this was a study.
Do you have some sort of magnetic?
I don't know.
We have hemoglobin, which is iron.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I do have high iron content in my blood.
Yeah,
I know that.
and magnetite is a molecule. It does it, and it causes magnetism. And watches. I can't wear a watch either. They die.
I swear to God, though, I have such problems.
And it causes trouble with electrical devices and everything else.
So I heard when you have West Nile, though, you don't completely ever get better.
No, I still have.
Well, that sucks. Don't get it me. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't ever get it again. You can't give it to anybody either. Once you have it, you have it. You can't. It's like measles or mumps. Once a month I'll have a day. I'll have a fever for a few hours.
Oh man.
But I'm alive.
That's
some of the people have that.
That's awful.
I'm Tom Martino. Okay, listen, I apologize. My computer froze up, and that's a long story anyway. I'm going through one of my episodes, meaning that things are screwing up around me, and Suzanne literally witnessed it. We'll get back to that in a second. But anyway, John Fuller, I was telling you about, if you're injured by someone and you need help, please do not try to take it on yourself. John Fuller, Fuller Law, he will do initial consultations free, and he only charges you if he collects for you, and he'll evaluate your case accurately. 303-597-4500, 597-4500. Now I want to talk to Joe Lazara. Joe, this sounds like a simple possession thing to me. I looked into his past. He has a few attempted assaults on a police officer or assaults that were dropped. He has, one time they charged him with trying to run down an officer with a vehicle because he said they took out a rifle and he took off. He's been eluding them, and then he failed to appear to a court appearance, Joe, and then they sent SWAT to his house. So apparently those past charges and the fact that he took his car and ran away was enough to use SWAT, you think, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're, when they're serving a warrant or seeking an arrest on a warrant, they're going to take the utmost precaution, and if somebody has a history, they're going to protect themselves.
Now, Kane, you're on the air right now. Kane Lucia is a fugitive from.
Yeah, it's one thing I'd like to correct is I was found not guilty on these alleged charges.
Right.
In the past.
Okay, no, that's good. You were found not guilty. They weren't dropped. You were found not guilty. You went to court.
Correct.
Okay.
I went.
And this pending charge has you in big trouble because you eluded police. Now, what are you going to do? You say you don't know what you're surrendering for, but you kind of do. Failure to appear and possession of illegal drugs.
Well, as I said before, the failure to appear, I not only was not on the court docket the day that I failed to appear for, I was left a message because I had driven down there so many times, little from town.
Why do you think that you had to do so many hearings? Why did you have 26 hearings? Why, Kane? Are you there?
Yeah.
Why did you have 26 hearings? Kane?
Yeah.
Why did you have 26 hearings? Why?
Well, I believe what it was from was when there is no reason for that many hearings.
Did they keep postponing them, or did you postpone them?
I did not postpone them once.
Did they postpone them?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, Joe, what should he do in his case? If he called you for advice, what should he do?
Yeah, I mean, if we had the case, we'd figure out why he has a warrant, and we'd call the court, figure out what's going on there. He would then he'd set himself up with a bail bondsman, turn himself in, bond out, and then they will give him a new court date.
That's a lot more money, and that would violate my original bail bond.
Do you have a bail bond right now?
Well, I had to be bonded out on these alleged charges that we're discussing.
Okay, so
you bonded out and you haven't appeared.
Right.
Well, I have appeared, and I appeared for every court case I was. The trial date, they canceled my trial.
Okay, let's say, but you still have to turn yourself in to get it straightened out. I don't know what you want. What are you hoping we could do? We have an attorney here who can give you advice. We have someone willing to escort you there. We can meet them somewhere. We can do whatever you want. You tell us what you called. What would you like?
Well, I would like for the court system to
but we can't.
I have given and shown my prescription jar.
But we can't. No, but we can't try it, Kane. I understand you disagree with the charge, but what I'm saying is
no, I don't disagree with it. It's no, I have a prescription. So
I understand, but you have to go to court in order to present that evidence. Hold on a second. See, I think you're trying to get things straightened out before you turn yourself in, and I don't think that will work. Hold on, and we'll talk to you off the air.
Mark, if you want him off the air, please. Tell him we want to talk to him. Would you know how to talk to people straight up. Just talk to him. You have a way sometimes. And
what are we trying to get him to do?
Let's try to get him to turn himself in and see if we can help him. Not get killed. And then ask him if he would allow us to help him. Or what does he want? Just find out.
He's not real clear.
No, he's not. But Mark can get through it. I'm too nice sometimes. I just don't understand what he's trying to say.
It's true. He's not communicating clearly.
I don't know if he really knows what he wants.
Well, every time it comes up that this is the safe way to go turn yourself in, he's right off of it. It's like, so what do you want? Because that's the only way, or then go away.
Right. And
go cross a border and don't ever come back.
And that's what he originally came in, that he wanted when he talked to Suzanne, he wanted to...
Like advice on how to be a fugitive?
No, advice how to get himself turned without being shot.
Well, he doesn't seem to really want to turn himself in.
Hey, give me the quick rundown on the guy who's having a problem with his dog, Africa, and Kiwi.com.
Oh.
He's on.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to read that whole damn email.
Okay, so they're ministers. They went over to Africa.
They went to Africa.
Africa wasn't very fun. They adopted this dog.
They adopted a dog in Africa.
They were not going to come back until November, but her dad got sick, and they had to come back early, and they had to cancel their flights. They didn't get any refund from the previous flights, so a lot of their money went to that.
Okay.
They thought they could get the dog, you know.
So they came back and left the dog in Africa.
No, they thought they could bring it with them and stuff, but apparently some of the shops, they didn't have the right paperwork. It wasn't.
So what happened when they tried to get him on the plane?
So they didn't. They had to leave him there, and then they got him shipped to Florida. They thought they were going to do it, but the Florida people shipped them on back
to Africa.
To Africa, and now they're staying at a doggy daycare or something.
So what is Kiwi?
I thought Kiwi was a.
Kiwi.com. That is an airline? I didn't know that.
I think it's the airline.
So why does he have a problem with Kiwi? Because...
Well, they didn't refund the money and stuff from the 2 flights. I believe that's what that was.
Okay. So his problem's more with the flight than it is the dog.
No. His flight is to get. They need to get the dog back here. They want to get the dog back here, and they need this more money to get it back there.
Okay.
So. And I think that's what it is. Like they need like a GoFundMe or whatever for it.
This is the report Wall Street and
dog
desperate
in Africa.
Why? Because this method more money.
Wait, they want to get their dog out of Africa? Yeah.
Control of your money and finances.
They thought they actually was in Florida, and they said.
And they sent the dog back from Florida
because all the paperwork's not here and everything.
So get the information you need to.
So now to get it over there, it's been staying at a place, and that's what he said. It's in Ghana, Africa. They don't really take care of pets like they do here.
No, definitely not.
Rain, snow showers, and falling temperatures by this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy and the low of 23. Tomorrow, mostly sunny at 22. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high.
That guy's a total fucking loser.
Yep.
Total.
You could tell every time.
He doesn't want to turn.
He doesn't want to turn himself in. He wants advice on how to be a fugitive. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, if you want to be a good fugitive,
get out of Colorado.
No, you stay right around the police station that's looking for you. And call us when you're right around there.
Yep. Tell us what you're wearing.
And get a neck tattoo. You need a neck tattoo.
God, the funniest line from this year was the one guy that said, "This is the second time, no, this is the third time in 2 years I've been ripped off by a guy with a neck tattoo."
No.
Yeah.
You'd think you'd learn.
And we got so many complaints on people with neck tattoos.
Of course.
So if there's a swastika on your forehead.
Did you hang up on him, basically?
I didn't hang up on him. I told him, hold on, we're coming back. But I want a chance to talk to him.
Okay, but don't blow him up too much because I don't want him to leave. I mean, I want you to...
I understand.
I know, I want to have good rate. I'm thinking of video, Mark. I'm thinking of video.
This guy's a real bum, though.
But tell me why you say that. I mean, obviously...
He doesn't want to turn himself in. I mean, that's the problem. He doesn't want it. I've already been there 26 times. They're trying to get... I think he's high right now.
Yeah.
They get hooked on that shit, meth and stuff, man. Or barbiturates or whatever the hell the deal is now. No, but they're so used to it, you don't really pick up. It's not like they're tweaking.
No, not at all.
The guy's not tweaking,
no,
but he's on
that's
something.
their baseline.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's their baseline.
Hey, you be quiet. What do you know?
Well, I used to do mushrooms and acid at the same time. I couldn't get enough colors off the mushrooms, so I tried some LSD.
Oh my God!
The colors weren't putting out the sounds I used to make.
So,
in the more acid I get, the better I could play the guitar. That would always blow me away.
I was smarter. I told better jokes.
I cracked myself up in the same room for about 3 hours.
I didn't even
listening to heavy metal.
Listening to Metallica.
Oh my gosh, that's intense.
Man, I took a little too much acid one time. I didn't have a bad trip, but I had no idea you weren't supposed to take as much as I did. The scariest part about acid is if you get to the point where...
you don't have to tell me the scariest. Everything's scary about it.
No, I don't think so. The scariest part I ever had is when you don't think it's going to end.
How much did you do it?
One summer, awful lot.
See,
Let's just leave it
I
right
told
there.
you my big mistake was I pretended to do it
Oh.
with friends. But
Yep.
here's the problem with that is one day we were in a group and they had an Orange Crush and they were passing it around.
Yep.
What I didn't know is they put sunshine in it, like a lot. And so they're passing it around, but they didn't say anything because they thought everybody...
Right, because they didn't know you were a no.
So when I did it, you don't understand. I went home. I was living alone at the time.
No.
And I start feeling weird.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, think about a trip coming on, and you have no idea what it is. And you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going crazy. Like, I'm starting to see things. And I didn't know.
You were like, thought you were having a psychotic breakdown.
I did. I honest to God did. So I wanted to kill myself because I said I will not live like this.
No.
Honest to God. I went up to the attic. I was going to jump out.
Oh my God.
No, I swear to God. I was convinced I was going to die. And when I...
Oh. Are you going back to Kane?
I guess, yeah.
Oh my God.
His brother's able.
Oh man, my liver is beautiful. I got a beautiful liver.
Really?
I thought it was funny.
I just got my blood test results.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, consumer advocate fighting for you, trying to do the right thing, recovering millions of dollars for consumers in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services. I want to go right to this call and try to get some closure on it. Kane Lucia is calling in. He's basically a fugitive from the law. Larimer County put him on their most wanted list for evading police. He's out on a possession charge of methamphetamines. He says they're a prescription, and they arrested him. He doesn't think they should have arrested him, but he was arrested, and then he had a failure to appear, but he said he wasn't on the docket, and he might be right, or he might be wrong, but no matter what, he can't. He's trying to straighten things up, and he's hoping we can help him, but I don't think you can straighten things up and just have it go away without entering an appearance or being there. That's the bottom line, Mark. You talk to him.
Yeah, bring him back up.
Go ahead, Kane. Kane, you do understand that. I don't believe we can help you while you're a fugitive. We can't go and try to prove anything.
Can you help me with this?
What?
You're always entitled to a bond, right?
Yeah,
well,
not always.
No bond condition.
Yeah, you know what? If I was a judge, I'd give him that too, because I got to tell you, this guy's doing absolutely nothing to help himself. You don't want to hear anything, man. You got to turn yourself in. There's nothing else you're going to do. I don't care about your no bail bond or anything.
Are you afraid that you're not going to get a bond this time?
They've screwed up this many times. I have a
he didn't. Listen to what he's saying, Tom. He didn't screw up. They screwed up. Get a life, dude.
Okay, listen, Kane. That's his opinion. Let me just say, you may have a no bond situation. So you're saying if you give yourself up, you're basically, they won't let you back out, and that might be true until you have your hearing. But I doubt if you truly have a prescription for these drugs, and
I truly do.
Well, and you go to jail and have this hearing, then you will be found not guilty, just like you were on your last charges.
With the hearing, they didn't allow me my trial date. I waited 6 months, showed up to court 26 times. Do you not see how that is wrong?
You know what, Tom? Give him the number to the Raleigh house, and hopefully they can help, because I got to tell you, I think he's on something. I think he's addicted to something, and he's living in another world, Tom.
But what does that have to do with the situation right now?
He's got to turn himself in. He evidently doesn't want to turn himself in. Here's what he wants. He wants them to promise him a bond.
Right. I know that.
And you're talking about a medication that I'm court-ordered to do. You're talking like I have
court order.
Yeah, because most courts say, hey, do methamphetamines, because that's what we want.
Are you telling me, what do you mean court ordered to do? I don't understand that.
I am court ordered to do my medications, and my medication
Wait a minute.
methamphetamine.
What court ordered you?
You're talking, listen to who you're talking to.
What court ordered you to do methamphetamines? This is getting a little wild.
4D.
Huh?
4D.
And what were the conditions?
Judge Shapansky.
And what conditions?
Just retired, apparently, not too long ago.
But under what conditions did he require you to do this? To do drugs?
Well, a court order to do your medications, because I was given a psychological mental evaluation, and I was found totally sane, but they thought I was ADD, and
they need to retest him.
Do you hear what he's saying? He's saying they found him to be ADD, and the judge said you have to take your medicines, which were methamphetamine.
Yeah, because if you're ADD, you give people meth.
Yeah, they actually do. Did you know that, Mark?
Yes, I did know that.
Do.
But generally, they're not. Okay, I don't know what else to say. The guy doesn't want to turn himself in.
Well, of course not. But
what else are we going to do?
It's not going to help yelling at him.
Yeah, it is, because he needs to turn himself in. But you are going to end up getting killed because they're going to see you. My God, man, they already sent the SWAT team after you. If you don't turn yourself in, you're going to end up dead.
Well, Kane, he does have a point here, you know. I mean, you aren't, this is not going to end well. I mean, if you can't, you're not going to be able to negotiate a no bond or excuse me, a bond or anything like that while you're on the outside. They're not going to even listen to you. If we call him right now and say, look, he wants to turn himself in, he just wants to know he can get a bond, I don't know what they're going to say. We'll call him. We'll call him, but I don't think they'll do anything.
I'll get Lazara to help him turn himself in. I mean, we've got a guy right here that will help him turn himself in that was in law enforcement. He wants nothing to do with it.
Okay. Now, Kane, your current bondsman right now, can you give us that information so we can contact him and just see where you stand right now? I want to know if he lost this bond right now, because if he lost it, that screws you, really. But if you can go with him to turn yourself in, it might help you. You do understand that, right?
What I'm understanding is, I mean, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't.
That's exactly right.
System. I've done everything. I've done everything right.
Well, I doubt that.
You didn't. You know, okay, you can doubt that all you want.
Okay, the word's delusional.
Kane.
Delusional.
Kane.
Yes, you're saying you did everything right, but you got a SWAT team coming after you, man. Listen, just get your... He needs to call the Raleigh House. I don't care. He wants help, that's who he calls.
I understand that, but the Raleigh House is not going to let him right now, by the way.
That's true.
Just come in as a fugitive.
You're right.
So and I don't want to make light of the Raleigh House. They truly do have a good addiction treatment thing, but he's claiming these meds are for ADD. So
I had a medical evaluation I was court-ordered to do.
Okay.
And that is what I was prescribed.
Okay, Kane, I want to ask you a straight-up question. If you don't turn yourself in and face this now, when we can help you, what do you think will happen? What do you plan on doing? Just staying really, truly on the run the rest of your life?
Do you think I planned on doing that? I don't show up to court 26 times.
But I'm asking now. Now I'm asking now, what are you going to do? Right now, let's not go in the past. Right now, what do you want to do? If you can't negotiate ahead of time a bond, and you can't negotiate a defense ahead of time, what are you planning to do? I mean, let's bring this to a head.
What is there for a man to plan to do that, I mean, look at the situation I'm in. The rights that I'm supposed to have aren't there.
No, they are there. You will get a right to a trial. You'll get a hearing.
But I already was denied my trial, and
you were not denied. You said it was delayed. But right now, Kane.
Trial date, and that was the
listen, we really do want to help you. Where are you right now?
Oh, Mark, what do you think? Yeah,
on the run, I guess, as you say.
What part of the country are you in? Are you still in Colorado, or you don't want?
I live in Colorado. I'm not going to leave Colorado.
Okay, listen, Kane.
I'm not on the run. I'm not on the lam. I just am trying to evade death, and I've done everything through the courts.
Well, listen, we can make sure.
I think I'm delusional.
Listen, Kane. We can make sure that you surrender and there's no violence and you don't get hurt. We can make sure of that.
Well. What happens after that? I have a no...
Now, here's what happens. Listen.
I have no defense.
Here's what happens. You're going to get...
from square one?
Yes, but
26 more times, and then be denied my right to a trial, and have this all happen again over something I'm court-ordered to do?
Kane, that's what you're fighting this on the outside. You have to present your evidence to a judge.
While I'm in jail and
here's the difference. You didn't have an attorney last time.
No, I did. I had public defenders, and they switched the public defenders twice and still, we're not able.
So Kane, this is really going nowhere. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you want help, we can make sure we can help you turn yourself in with the help of our attorney.
Can you help me find out why I have no bond?
Yes, we will. Okay, we will. So here's what I want you to do. That's the first direct question he's asked us. So hold on.
Perfect.
Here's what I want to do. Suzanne, get his current bail bondsman right now, who it is. We'll call the authorities, tell them we've been in touch. And listen, they're not going to guarantee anything, but ask them if there's a good likelihood, if he turns himself in, the judge is probably not going to allow him back out again. What do you think? I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I mean,
this too.
Let's face it, it's not a violent crime. This is not a violent crime right here.
No, he's making this worse by the second.
Right.
I do want to send him something, so ask him, get his actual address where he's at.
Oh, come on, Mark. He's not an idiot. His actual address where he's at. Yeah, I'm at 123 Main Street. You think he's going to tell you where he is? But see if we can text him or something, information, get that, and then we'll talk to everyone else. Like Kristen waited a long time. Kristen, go ahead. What's going on with you, Kristen?
Hi, Tom.
Hi. What's going on, Kristen?
Well, I contracted with Elite Construction on May 26th for roof repairs after the hailstorm on May 8th.
Okay.
And they had given me a free inspection and initial estimate of $8,000.
How did you find Elite?
They did a really good job for a friend of mine.
Okay, so then what?
So it was a good referral.
Okay.
They had given me a free inspection and an initial estimate of $8,000.
Yeah?
And so I signed my first insurance check over to them.
How much was that?
It was $4,577.
Okay. Did they what happened then?
Well, I received that check on June 5th.
Okay.
And then I went by and nothing was happening. And I was like, wondering what's going on. And then I was told because my house is 110 years old, the parapet walls on the flat roof needed to be tuck pointed for reinforcement before a new roof was put on.
Well, tuck pointing is not structural, so I have no idea why they're saying that. But then what?
Well, anyway, and my homeowner's insurance didn't cover that, so I paid out of pocket for a mason to do
tuck pointing.
The tuck point in the parapet walls as needed, and then he called and they talked to so he did the work, and then he talked to Jim Elliott from Elite.
All right, so where are we right now? What's the problem now?
Well, he was telling them, he called him to tell him it was good to go, everything was good to go.
They'd never started the job?
No, and then finally on October 5th, they told me that Elite wouldn't do the work unless I signed a letter of dismissal absolving them of responsibility for the front parapet wall.
Okay, listen. Have they started anything yet?
No.
Then have them just return your money. I'll bet you, but here's what happened. They spent the money. You give people money, you give contractors money, they spend it. And then they can't come and do your job until they take money from other people. That's what happens. So will they give your money back?
They gave me my money back minus $500.
How much? Minus how much?
$500.
Well, you know what? You know what? As roofers go, then I have to at least give a tip of the hat to them for doing that. What was the justification in the $500?
They said that it was owed to them for contacting and speaking with my insurance company.
All right, here's what I think. They're right and they're wrong. They're right if you would have canceled, but they canceled because you wouldn't give them, what do you call it, a waiver. And here's the deal. You shouldn't have to give them a waiver. That's not a condition of a contract. Now, they can cancel, but I don't see where they can keep $500 if they're the ones canceling. You still wanted them to do your roof, right? And the only reason they canceled is you would not give them a waiver. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, then that's not you canceling. That's them. What do you think, Mark? They're saying you got to give me a waiver, saying you're not going to hold me responsible for that wall. Otherwise, we're not going to do your roof. She goes, well, I'm not going to give you a waiver. And then they say, well, then we're keeping $500 of your money. She didn't cancel the contract. Can we call Elite? I mean, we should tell them that.
I think we've dealt with them before.
But I mean, they sound like a pretty good company if they gave all her money back except $500, and they did meet with her insurance company and all of that. However, I don't think their justification for keeping $500 is justified at all because she's not the one that canceled. Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. Used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. And today, more than anything, you need people you can trust, and you can trust Rocky's. They have good, clean, used cars, great values, a bunch of selection with colors and prices and features, and also a variety in financing. 40 lenders to choose from. All financing is done right there before you drive away. They don't play car dealer games where they let you take the car and then come after you when they say, oh, we can't find you a loan. They don't play those games. Go to Rocky's for a straight deal, a great deal, and plenty of selection. 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8, 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal.
Right here?
This report is brought to you.
I talked to them about this. If you pay this in full, it's only a $12. So it's a monthly. Take it out of your checking. So that is it.
Just say, why don't we give them the last 500? They're saying, if you don't sign this release, we're not going to do the roof. Fine, she doesn't want to sign it. And then make sure you give her a J. Brett's. Is she in Denver? That doesn't matter. Give her J. Brett's, even if she's in the Springs, of course.
Yeah, meaning it's not the brand new one that just came out.
Right, okay. I didn't have that, and I'm a little confused.
You're a little what?
Just not retaining things today for some reason. You want her to...
Meth?
She needs a prescription for meth. Oh, yeah, don't they? Is it Colorado?
Court-ordered meth.
Did you capture his
They're
number?
allowing that. Everything. Actually,
It is funny, ADHD, how they'll pump them up on meth.
my band's coming.
And it actually works.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends on what you call
That's when you make them these delicious things.
Concentration.
Doesn't help.
It's not helping him.
I
can't capture numbers on here, and so he says, I don't know if I heard next day I can call you back. He's going to give it to me, but he did give me his bell
House
when
lady
he come
number.
back.
There you go. They are illegal. Yeah, it is illegal. That's right. You're just keeping them from getting. I'm keeping them safe because I don't want them to take the prostate.
No, I think what I'll do is, I'm not going to have enough.
They are looking for that.
They are one of them
every year.
I had to do all the
Or yes.
I said, and then she goes,
I love that story.
Truly does know a lot. Advanced Tech Solutions is the only place you need to go for help. You can learn more online at AdvancedTechSolutions.com, 303-753-6040.
This is not an offer to sell a franchise. Franchise offers are made through the franchise disclosure document.
Do you love pets and are looking to
This
start
guy
your own
books your red
business?
mark.
If you believe
So-
that pets help people live a better, richer
Bill
life,
Clinton has a
you
heart
wanna
problem.
build something you're passionate
What
about.
else is new? He had surgery years ago, right?
For franchise
They said he was never the same
Mark,
cognitively
You don't
after
know
that.
the joy of an iPhone, man.
God, you couldn't give me the
Joy of an iPhone.
You don't know the joy of those poor little Chinese kids that built it that
Oh,
commit
shit.
suicide till they built his nest.
What is the purpose of files? Oh, you don't know.
Hey, Suzanne, what's the purpose of files? A folder called Files on the iPhone. You don't have it? What is it?
Franchisees with some of America's biggest brands have added pet supply
She's gonna Google it.
portfolio.
I told
I don't
Suzanne,
use that.
I said, Tom's going to get that iPhone, and he's going to ask you 15 questions a day. By the end of the second week,
So
he's
your
going to
wife's
hate
allowed to
the
drive
iPhone.
Chinese children to
You want to make
suicide?
a bet?
Yes, that's right.
You'll
Wait till you want to record any conversation at all on that iPhone.
If it's a mental
Can't do
health
it.
issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not
Wait till you
alone.
start using
Help
your Google
call the
Calendar.
Raleigh
Can't
House.
wait.
They've
Can't wait.
established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5555.
Why don't you access your
Shut up.
Drive?
Marcus, the Raleigh House.
Go to Drive.
He's a professional.
Go to Drive, man.
Local about different treatment options.
Yes, sir.
All evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
If you're looking for a new or used
She is.
car,
She's
go
your...
to TrueCar. They'll show you what others in your area paid for the car that you want. I am Ron.
Thank you,
Once
dear.
you register with TrueCar, you'll see real pricing on actual inventory.
We're iPhone buds, I told them.
Yeah, you guys have a bond, a special bond.
They love
that
killing
you and
Chinese
Mark will
kids.
never share.
They love killing
That's
Chinese
it.
kids.
That's the bond.
What'd you do over the weekend? Oh, well, I upgraded to my iPhone 8, which cost 17
Chinese child lives.
killed and death.
Oh my God.
You know they actually installed nets under the factory in China?
Because so many people are jumping. Oh Lord, that's terrible.
He is such a liar.
Okay, well, Google it. I mean, it's real. It was done by CBS News, CNN, Fox News, everybody, but that's all right.
Well, anyway, Kristen, I think Deputy Dan is on the phone, so we'll take care of that. Rita, what's going on with you? Hi, Rita. Rita? Hold on. I'm going to leave her on hold and you go and find out. Let's talk to Marcus. Marcus, welcome. What's going on? Hi, Marcus. What's going on with you, sir? Okay, what is it? When was it, in 2016? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So you were staying there almost a year. But you're here now, though. You came back early. All right. Man. And I know where you're going with it. They don't give credit. If you had to get back early, here, listen, this is an age-old problem. Well, no, it's as old as the internet, but here's the problem, Marcus. If you change the terms and conditions of that round trip, they're taking no responsibility no matter what the problem. People think if they have a good excuse, it works. Airlines used to do that for people out of kindness. There was never an obligation. So what did this Kiwi tell you? Oh, wait, what fees? Wait. The fees were an additional $3,800? Wait, no, hold on. The $3,400 you paid, was that, how many were on the missions trip? You and your wife? Okay, so the original $3,400 was for 5 round-trip tickets? Oh. Wait a minute. No, I'm asking this. You got from here to Ghana. How much did it cost you? Okay, so you paid $3,000 the original trip. You paid $3,000 approximately for 5 tickets. Is that right? Okay. Then the return trip was purchased in advance through Kiwi for $3,400. And that return trip, $3,400, was for 5 one-way tickets in November. Okay. Then to change it, they told you it was going to be an additional $3,800. Did you do any shopping? Because that sounds like you're simply buying. You already paid $3,400, so basically they're asking you to pay. Well, yeah. So in other words, So I don't understand it at all. What did you do at that point? So they're basically saying now it's going to cost you $7,200. So, okay, so what happened then? Wait, you couldn't find 5 one-way tickets for less than $3,800? Okay, okay, all right, so then what? Another what? And then what? Right. You didn't lose your dog, did you? What? Wait a minute. You had to leave your dog? Who'd you leave him with? Wait a minute. No. Did they send your dog back? Well, who'd they send him to? So now what? What happened after that? What are you trying to do? You're trying to do a few things here. First, you're trying to get back the money you paid for nothing, and then you're trying to get your dog? What about going after Kiwi? What are they doing? Oh my God, this is terrible. Listen, I have to tell you, I have to verify your story, Marcus, and I'll tell you why. You hit a few things that hook, line, and sinker me and a lot of people. You said you were on a missions trip. That touches my heart. You said that you have a little dog that had to be sent back. You want to get home and cute pictures. And understand, if you were going to be a scammer, these would be all the ingredients. I'm not saying you are. Okay, so this missions trip, was it successful? Okay.
Now, so this dog is being taken care of right now, or are you boarding it?
He's in a boarding home. It's a place called Cousin's Pet Place. It's a reputable boarding agency in Accra. And
now, what does it take to get him over here?
I haven't contacted Helen. She's a dog shipper that I'm working with. Her name's Helen Jones with Worldwide Shippers.
Is the dog is the dog real? Do you have kids?
Yes.
Are they attached?
We're all attached.
What a cute little doggy. How old is this dog?
He's 7 months old. So he hasn't known any family other than us.
Okay, listen. We got to figure this out, but I don't think you're going to get your 3,400 back, even though I think it sucks that you paid that much money again. I think it sucks. Do you talk to anyone at Kiwi at all? Maybe they could at least help us get this freaking dog back. Do you talk to anyone at Kiwi?
Well, Kiwi, they seem to have this robotic response to everything that you ask.
This is the problem when you deal with the internet. You know, that's the problem. Even though the internet is wonderful and filled with conveniences, there are so many problems when you can't talk to a real person. You know, like I said, oh, Expedia, that's great. Travelocity, that's great. But what happens when you need to talk to someone? You can't. And that's what sucks about the internet, including eBay. I mean, or Facebook. It's okay, except when you want to talk to somebody. And we have gotten away from that. No one talks to anyone. Yeah.
That's true.
That's why. Yeah. So here's the deal. All right? Here's the deal. We need to tackle both problems separately. Do you have a contact number for Kiwi?
I do.
All right. Hold on a second. Be a little patient. We're going to take that information and fight for you on two fronts. And yes, Marcus, I will try to get your dog back here. We'll make a donation, of course. But first, we're going to need costs and everything related. You have to let us know what is involved. Art of Granite. Now, you want to talk about art. Art of Granite. Here's the deal. Here's how it works. It's really easy. With Art of Granite, all you have to do is contact Mitch Floria, and he will come to your home and finish the job in just a few days. But first, you call him, give him some measurements, and you get a price. If you like that price, it's going to be within a few dollars. He can do that. Then you visit the showroom and pick out specific solid surface counters, granite, whatever you want, at wholesale prices always, and then a small markup on cabinets if you want them, and then you get an exact price that won't change. That's when you make the appointment. Here's the great news. He tears out and hauls away the kitchen free, and whatever you do in the kitchen, he'll do in the bathroom free. 303-386-5919, serving the entire Front Range community and the mountains, all the mountain communities, 7 days a week. artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919.
What kind of dog is it? Like a little mutt?
You want to see it? What you get from the company lease their vehicles. Because that's the smart financial move. Hey, it's Ross.
Oh my God.
I'm going to do a camp on I got to do one. So anyway, by the way, we're on audio, right? Yeah. The lowest delivered I'm a finance guy. Anything new on our friend?
Not a word. Not a word.
I was lost on a Kiwi call.
Okay, the Kiwi, get a number, as much information as possible. Let's try to call Karen in, for that 3,400.
Can I have Daph reach out to Media Relations?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
So are you done with him for now?
Yes, but I need all his contact.
I have
I'm going to do that GoFundMe page.
Okay, yeah. Here's his. So what else?
One of those campaigns, Mark's going to post it.
Mark, they said my tries. Come here, John. I'm under 100. They say I'm like a fucking child. Go ahead.
He's so healthy.
Perfect.
What's wrong with this picture?
I don't even know how to measure up to this perfect idea. I know. And he can have CK. I know. Like a ninja. He knows exactly what's going to happen next in the stock market and everything. He knows everything.
You just, how do you even stand up straight around him? You should be bowed down.
Very hard.
Getting the dog into the
He has exactly what he has to do.
Right, it's just money. It's money.
It's ready to fly.
Right now, because they had to wait.
They needed the 30 days, yeah.
30-day quarantine.
Can your helicopter
We
go
had
there?
to quarantine our dog
Oh, that'd be great.
to get her to fly.
How do I measure up to
How?
Tom?
I said, how does she even stand up straight? She can walk around
She
like
said
that.
my cholesterols and tries are that of a teenager.
A teenager, a child.
A child.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
And so is his personality.
Exactly.
If you think look at that.
Good point.
How are your tries, Dan?
What is your cholesterol?
Here, I'll pull it up.
I don't want to know about mine.
Let's compare cholesterol.
Oh, I need to go get.
What is that called? The lipid?
Lipids.
Yeah, lipid.
Oh, you're 195.
That's good cholesterol.
No, that's total cholesterol.
Oh, okay.
Your good is your HDL. 43. Real low.
They said, whatever she just told me, she goes, you're around 100. We like see under 200. She goes, you're in great shape that way.
Now, what were you getting checked up for? Just for like regular annual stuff, or you getting life insurance or something?
No.
It's a bomb physical.
When I got my 30-year policy, you love this.
I've got a 20.
I
should have got a 30.
I went 45 days, no alcohol.
Oh, you did?
No sugars. Because I knew it was coming and I wanted the best price. I was locking in for 30 years.
Yeah.
It came back perfecto.
Man.
Perfecto. Hey, you do things right for between 45 and 90 days, you can change your entire body. Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
Don't make me preach.
Don't get it started.
So say it to Shepherd. So say it, my flock.
Oh, this is blasphemy.
I made 9 out of 10 shots.
No, that was too low.
So say it to Shepherd. So say it to flock.
It's because he's being a false prophet over here.
Mark,
it's throwing off your game.
Mark, the crazy.
I make it what? What do I make it? 9 out of 10.
He spills 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. You spill.
Mark's
He spilled on a guest yesterday. They were sitting right there.
That's why he's telling us about
up.
his triglycerides. Because he's got to measure up somehow, Tom.
That's right.
On the inside.
Got great tries.
Oh, no,
Here comes the snow.
I was looking at
Here
okay,
comes the snow.
hold on. This is great, Dan.
This is my new ones right here.
What is happening?
Oh, okay, you dropped the
triglycerides, 200 to 100.
Okay, so
Did you fast before this, or
Well, you
was it
have to.
after?
You have to.
But the 3-day fast, and then you did this, and now they're coming back?
I said this yesterday too.
Of course.
That's not as
He calls it fake news. I call it, it's there forever. It's there in the Kaiser system forever. Look at that shit.
Yes, it is.
Look at that shit.
They're never denying one of your claims.
My tries at 100, it dropped 100 points from last time.
They're going to wonder if you had a child.
I am like a teenager.
Give blood.
Except for my mental abilities. I am far more than a teenager.
Oh my God.
Here.
Oh my God.
My liver is that of a 8-year-old.
Dude, I'm sure mine is not.
You got a great looking liver. Yeah, you should be donating.
I am not giving up any of my good liver to anybody.
Taking it with you, huh?
My wife would have to argue with me extremely long.
I just want to stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes.
21 pilots. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. With me, it makes 22 pilots.
You like those guys, Tom?
You know what? I'm inundated with that music.
I love it.
Your
with
kids
my
love
kids.
it. Yeah.
How do you know that? Yes.
Because that's the age group.
Here is something that is amazing to me. My children, of course, love watching. They like watching on Netflix and different shows and Hulu. Do you know what they got hooked on? Now, my children are 10 and no, they're 11 and 12 right now because they're a year and a half apart. 11 and 12 right now. Okay, this is what I find amazing. They love Friends.
You know what? Mine do too. And I have an 11-year-old.
They laugh their heads off.
I never got into that show.
Most of it goes right over their head.
Yes. Now, Friends is very cleverly written. Okay, there's no doubt about it. That show is very, very cool.
It was massive.
I never really loved it, but but it's so ingenious and so funny because it's just a group of people living together, but they manage truly not to be the same old crappy sitcom.
True. Yeah.
I hate sitcoms.
Yeah.
I like Friends, like Big Bang Theory.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's because of the characters. It's because of the characters.
It just surprises me that my children love it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I have the same thing at my house. Isn't that funny?
But
it doesn't compare to Seinfeld in any form.
But remember must-see TV?
My children do not now this is why, because I think Seinfeld's way funnier in my opinion.
Yeah.
But my kids, it doesn't appeal to my kids.
They don't get the humor.
But I don't know why they get Friends, really, because I guess because I don't know what it is. I truly don't know. But they're not the only young people I met that like Friends.
No.
She just told me about hers, but I know some other people, they love Friends. They binge Friends. Betty, what's going on with you, Betty? Betty? Hello, Betty.
She might have given up.
Tom, welcome. What's going on? What's happening?
I'm still dealing with People's Choice Roofing.
Okay, let's recap. Let's recap. What's going on?
Well, they had a contract to do a metal roof and a siding job, and I had a poorly written contract.
Right.
He installed a shingle roof.
Right. And you said it said metal. I remember looking at the contract. Where did we leave that, Suzanne? Help me out here because we have so many cases pending. Or Dan, Deputy Dan. Where did we leave that?
So we tried calling the guy, and I've talked to him 3 or 4 times, but he's always busy. So.
But what basically was the main issue?
That he talked him into a standard roof.
He though the contract said
metal roof.
Metal roof.
Correct.
And there was no additional contract.
That's correct. And then he wanted to get siding all around his house, even though 2 sides was only covered by insurance. And that was the deal, is that he would get the full siding around there.
Did it say that on the contract?
No, it did not. It said metal roof and the 2 sides of the
And so what did he actually get? He got asphalt.
He got asphalt and
what siding?
No siding.
Okay, so basically they're in breach of the contract no matter how we look at it.
Correct.
People's Choice Roofing. I mean, this is a clear-cut lawsuit in my opinion. Clear-cut. What was the total cost?
$43,000.
You know what? We need to go after these clowns. This is clear. I don't know how they get out of it. They have a contract for a metal roof, and he was even willing to waive that, but they did no siding, and the contract called for siding. So here we gave them a chance to respond. They never did. So we're going to war.
Right.
People's
Now,
choice.
I think he's looking for a lawyer right now.
Well, listen. Well, no, we'll help you with that. But what we'll really help you with is getting the word out.
Is this the one where they were going to do a better roof?
Yes.
And then they changed it. God, I wish the company would come on. There's got to be some explanation.
People's choice.
You really think they're just outright thieves?
Oh, my God, I looked at the contract. So did Dan. Dan gave the guys a chance to come on.
Right. He's always been too busy and stuff to talk.
People's Choice. What's the name of the actual company? People's Choice what?
It's People's Choice Roofing, right, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Be on the lookout. This is the only show that's going to give you warnings like this. People's Choice Roofing. They flat out breached this contract, refused to do siding, refused to address it. They took $43,000 and did not complete the job. And the number is, Dan, what is their phone number? People, this is where we're going to war. You got to let them know, just like you would on Amazon, just like you would on Google, just like you would on all the other reviews. Let's call them. What's the number?
I have 719-778-1784.
We have to do something about this. It's getting too tiring. Where did he find People's Choice? Do we know? Where did he find them?
I'll make a guess.
Where did you find People's Choice?
I think it was from the...
door-to-door or what?
Was it your insurance agent and stuff that gave it to him, Tom?
It was online after...
okay.
Yeah, after a search.
Okay. Okay, from now on, I want you to search referrallist.com.
Let's try to call them right now, see if they'll come on the air.
That's why my audience, we hardly ever get calls from my audience. I swear to God. My audience, when I say, you know, how'd you find me? That, a friend told me to call you, or I was listening to you when I was a little girl. That's what the girl said yesterday. But here's the bottom line. Our audience, we should be proud, Mark.
Yes.
Our audience very seldom gets involved in this stuff.
We were talking about this in the office just yesterday. Mike was going off about it. He was like, you know, what are people thinking?
I know, because we hear the same problem.
Yes.
But then it occurred to me, the people calling with problems are the ones that
didn't use the referral list.
David, you have a question on a judgment. What is it?
Yes, so the court has like a $10,000 judgment that my employer told me about yesterday.
The court has a judgment against you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on, because this will take a little time. I want Gigi Wink to address it. You came in on the right show.
Sounds like a garnishment.
Yeah, or how to avoid it. We'll talk about that. I want to tell people that we have some lines open at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. It's important that you get your calls in. One Clear Choice Garage Doors for your garage doors. Just remember this. Anything to do with a garage, it's a Clear Choice. One Clear Choice. Do you know they have openers, right, that you can see on your smartphone? I have my smartphone here, and we can see if the door's open or closed, or open it and close it anytime we want. They have Wi-Fi ready. They have battery backups, time to close features, starting at $2.99 for an opener. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 303-565-6409, 565-6409.
I didn't know Tom was
he like has a heart attack right here.
I'm gonna run down and get his paperwork and I'll call him. Can you turn me over if we come back?
How would I turn you over? Well, actually, with my muscle and my tries, it would be no problem.
Oh, your good blood. Oh, that's good blood.
Forecast about a 50% chance for rain snow mix later on today with a cool high early of 54. Right now, mostly cloudy skies.
Oh man, I want to tell him.
It's 48.
I am loving this phone, Gigi.
Yeah.
Nothing better.
I know.
Nothing better. I have the iPhone 8, of course.
Yes.
And it's the 8 Plus.
Hey, can you send me a link to a certain drive thing real quick I need on my phone? I want the newest commercial you did for Excel Roofing in the Springs. So if you could just share a link from your drive
in your home, there are so many things that you need to know about. First of all, you want to make sure that it's healthy. Got hold of the bondsman. All water isn't unhealthy. Even with environmental standards, you still have trace.
Mark, I was not signed to Starbucks with
metals and other materials.
Go ahead.
So
which
filtration, in my opinion, is a
This is the Fugitive.
Oh, I'm sorry. The bondsman? What are we talking about?
they forfeit their bond, so he lost, and I want him lost. Yeah, but they can get it back if they bring him in. That's what I was saying. If I get him into that bail bond, gets it back.
But they say it's unlikely he'll ever get a bond again.
He's got 4 active warrants and 2 of them are
A lot of hocus pocus.
Wait, 4 active warrants, plus 2 of them are no bond warrants.
Yeah, he's not getting.
What are they for?
He didn't have what they were for, but I'll tell you right now, if he doesn't make the requisite bond,
78,
he'll never get another bond.
720
He's got to make the right.
If I was that bondsman, I'd be off the chart.
Me too.
Was he interested that he had
He wants guarantees nobody.
I'm kind of talking to that guy that
no one would give him.
Of course not. You have to go and face the
one guy's on the airport owns about 80% of his bail bond places in Colorado.
That's right, a
He's
real
almost
estate
got
show
a
for consumers.
monopoly.
All inside information to help you.
That's interesting.
Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m.
That's the standard guy with almost a monopoly on the bail bond.
That's about 80%. You know the houses that are painted all those weird colors down there? It says Angel Bail Bond.
Oh, yeah. That's all him.
It's all him.
Oh.
He found there's a guy that
Interesting.
the market.
Hey, Daphne, if you're listening, tell Deputy Dan to bring me up a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You think you have a choice.
Please.
And that's what he's done.
But
He's
it's
done
all
this
the same guy.
It's all the same guy.
That's
When they
interesting.
had that
What are the different warrants the guy has out?
Now, Mark, don't hold this against me because I'm not logged in, so I'm just logging in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you can do it on your computer. You're going to find you're going to do a lot of stuff on the PC.
I'm not doing it on the computer, Mark. I'm going to get my, I'm just going to get my,
We're going to get arrested. And
How many warrants does he have, though?
2 no bond out of the 4.
Anyway, he made certain none of these people were on
562-0439.
Okay, so because he could block them out.
He blocks everybody.
Oh,
And
interesting.
most of these people are paid protesters out of New Jersey.
Right.
And they jump on it all the time.
So he's like, don't do it. We'll never get our money back.
That's what stopped the Occupy Colorado thing. Every time they did
They couldn't get bond.
they were stuck in
That's so interesting.
So sometimes having a monopoly.
Well, I guess so.
When your equity mortgage insurance can go away, putting extra money in your pocket each and every month. So why not let the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing make those savings happen through a simple loan refinance? Even if your original lender can't help you, chances are American Financing can. They've already helped thousands of customers, so why not see what they can do for you? There are no upfront fees, and you may even be able to
4 warrants. Unbelievable.
So start saving as much as $1,000.
And guess what? Here's the amazing part.
Yeah.
Not one is his fault. It's amazing.
303-69.
Well, here's the problem.
26 times he went to court.
He said he saw him coming for him, and he took off. You don't get, I mean, that changes everything. You ran. You ran. And they had the SWAT after you, and you ran. They're coming for you, dude. You know, I'm not saying they're gonna.
And you're not gonna
kill
reason
you.
with them after you
No,
left.
you're gonna go get, you know, the charges heard from a jail cell.
I'll tell you what, he's got a gun on him. He's got to have a hell of a chance of getting killed.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. We did some research for Kane.
And again, Kane Lucia is the most wanted fugitive in Larimer County. And he has a past where he was arrested for assault on an officer, police officer, but was found not guilty. And then he has this drug possession thing. Now, here's what he's saying. In February, he was stopped and arrested for having methamphetamines, and they were legal, and he had a prescription, but the police ignored it and arrested him anyway. And then he proceeded to go to court 26 different times, and they either postponed, delayed, or canceled those hearings each time. The latest hearing was never on the docket, he said, and he didn't show up. So now, in addition to that charge of possession, they want him for failure to appear. He says, and they sent SWAT teams to his house, and they're really seriously after him. He says, listen, I'd like to turn myself in without getting killed, and I said we could help arrange that. But then he said, and I'm afraid I'm not going to get a bond. Well, I can almost assure you, because you did this, you probably wouldn't get a bond, but we said we would call and talk to people. And we did. first and foremost, Kane, you need to understand what I'm going to tell you, whether you agree with it or not. I'm just telling you what people are saying. Kane, this is what your bail bondsman said, and you know, all I can say is we had our deputy Clint look at it, and he talked to her, and he's been in kind of law enforcement in the past. And here's what she said: she lost her bond completely because of you, but can get it back if she can get you to turn yourself in within a few days. Now that's item number one. So you're going to forfeit that bond. She's going to lose the money, and then she'll pursue collections if you do not turn yourself in within a few days. If you do turn yourself in, you're wanted on 4 warrants. 2 of them are called no bond warrants. Now, I don't understand why they're no bond. Can somebody tell me why?
Probably because he already skipped out bond.
Why do they make them no bond warrants? What does it mean? They predetermined that he won't get a bond? You can just, is that what it is? They predetermined he won't get a bond? What is it?
Tom, a lot of times on failure to appear, failure to appear just already said he's
okay. So it's automatic. In other words, the arrest.
I never failed to appear for.
I understand, Kane. See, you're presenting. This is what I'm saying. You're presenting your arguments to us. This is where it stands. Whether we're not the law. They're saying you have 4 warrants. 2 of them are failure to appear. Excuse me. 2 of them are no bonds. So your question was, what happens if I turn myself in? They're going to remand you to custody, and you will stay there until you have your hearing and then trial. What?
Tom, I believe he has to turn himself in through the bonds folks to get anything recovered for them.
Right. Now, this is what they said. The bonds people said, if you do not turn yourself in, even if in the future, if you're ever arrested, even if it is one that would normally get a bond, your name goes in the system, kind of like they check credit when you go to buy something. Well, bondsmen all stick together, and your name will go on a list, a blacklist, and you will never get a bond for the rest of your life. So if you ever have to get out of jail, you'd have to raise the money on your own.
Yeah, you're really screwing these people.
What I'm saying, Kane, is you got a lot of things wrong here that if you do not correct will only get worse.
Well, the thing is, you know, I've been through this before, and I've done everything I was told was correct.
Tom, you're not understanding. He's a saint. He's done nothing wrong, and the system is corrupt.
No one's a saint. We all make mistakes. That's why there's
but Kane, no matter what your excuses are, though, here's the deal. No matter what your excuses are, they're not going to listen to them and say, oh, okay, never mind, we'll give you a bond. You're going to have to go and tell a judge. And when you tell a judge what you have to say, he is probably going to say, save it for your hearing or save it for your trial. No matter what, you ask me to find out, and you can trust me, no matter what, when you are picked up, you will be facing 2 charges that will not allow a bond. So you will stay in jail until those are adjudicated. Now listen, here's the biggest deal. If you don't turn yourself in, you will never have a bond because you will go on a blacklist. If this bondsman loses her bond, she will put you on that list, which is called a no-touch list, and no bondsman in the country will touch you. So you are affecting your entire life. Kane, yes, it'll be miserable if you turn yourself in because you're going to have to stay in jail until this is adjudicated. But if you do not turn yourself in, you will never get bond again, no matter what. So you have to make that decision.
But I was never given my right to my trial in the first
Kane,
place. So
Kane, you keep saying the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change things right now. You still have to turn yourself in. No matter what you say, that's the first step. You asked me to find out. That's the first step. You can talk to Suzanne off the air. But if you do not turn yourself in, it's only going to get worse. The real estate market is hot, so you think any broker will do?
Keep telling people over and over his case.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh.
You got to go and face the charges. That's all he can do. And then he gets to bring up all of the
But
issues.
he's done that 26 times.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
Deputy Dan,
Are you not listening?
would you go get this guy? Tell him you're going to meet him for a Snickers bar or something.
Snickers.
Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe he's.
You thought I was kidding. I bet you he would have gave us his
The guy
address.
with no warrants out for his arrest. Oh my God.
You got a picture of the small Chinese kid that actually built it?
Oh, that actually built your iPhone.
Clouds, and I'll go to Dropbox, and look, radios, this is the site on my computer, KRDO, cool. And then I will get, KRDO spot. No, but it's laid out like my computer. It's just like, so then you want which one? Excel? Did you really want it, by the way? Okay. The latest one?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm Chris Foster. Republican tax reform plan
He hasn't answered in the last 2 days.
blueprint approved by the Senate last week. This budget that we just passed in the House today brings us one step closer to historic tax reform. That means more jobs, fairer taxes, bigger paychecks for Americans.
I don't know how to do it right now.
Ryan, Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi says.
Well, I don't know. Mark, I'll be able to. This is the first time I've ever done this.
20 Republicans voted no on this.
So how do I?
President Trump's
Mark, this is the first time I've ever done anything.
Have you checked your Gmail
yet? That's used.
And would also ease certain laws and regulations.
Now that I have it selected,
I got a conversation I need you to record and make
money to combat opioids.
That's where he thinks your Achilles heel is.
John Decker at the White House.
He's saying you won't be able to record any conversations on it.
I got to figure out how I share.
will be able to.
How do you share it? Tell them how to share
I'm
it.
just trying to figure out with Gigi how I'm going to measure up to this perfect health. This perfect everything.
I got this new pair of headphones too that are unbelievable. You got to check them out. Okay. They got a plug. Will that take? Does that have a headphone jack on it? Does that have a headphone jack?
Yeah. Oh,
No, it hasn't a jack.
It's Bluetooth.
But it does a Bluetooth.
Look, even Mark's phone is perfect.
I just have to figure out how to share.
Even his phone is more perfect.
It's true.
than
His phone is better than his phone's
His phone is
healthy cholesterol.
She's not being
Yes.
sarcastic, is she?
The triglycerides on the phone.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
That phone's got the best blood work you'll ever see.
Yeah.
There's no sarcasm here. I don't feel any sarcasm.
Finally, everyone speaks the truth. What kind of phone do you have?
I have a 7.
One that I found that I have ordered.
Does the 7 also come with the picture of the Chinese kid that built it?
It actually, they put a little bit, you know, they almost every time they bleed in there a little bit, yeah.
Did you open it up to see if there was a little note that says, please help me?
I walked in an iPhone factory.
I'm on floor 8.
I've tried to jump 5 times.
The fucking net man.
Please throw me back up.
Please tell them, get rid of the net. Every time I jump, I just work on new floor.
You've been fasting 3 days. I'm fasting 62 days.
I know, this Chinese kid's got the best blood work. It's better than yours.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes when you open them up, it's like a fortune cookie. There's a little help message from the little kid that built it.
Help me, I'm trapped in an iPhone.
Like this is all new to me. I'm just figuring this is not the phone's fault. I don't know how to do stuff yet. So let's see. So I select straight teeth. You also have better help. Help with TMJ or
good.
And other
That was good, Rick.
That's what I should do. Damn it, I should have thought of it. I should have typed up a little note and shoved
it in there.
The little connector.
That would have been good.
What's this?
Oh. It's in all of them.
It's so good. It's in all of them.
It's all of them from that kid. He found a way to get out. It's like a note in the bottle. It's like a note in the bottle.
It is Friday here in China. I have worked an 8-year shift.
8-year shift.
I am 12.
That damn net.
Yeah.
Thank you for buying iPhone.
Oh, man.
That damn net. Ever since they put that net up.
Oh. Okay. I have to.
K-How. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. We're going to go right to the phones. We are here solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. Gigi Wink is with us from the law firm of Wink & Wink. They do bankruptcy, debt settlement, Chapter 7s, Chapter 13s if you need a fresh start. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House. It's a very serious matter, the Raleigh House. Mark mentioned it when he was talking to that guy that's on the lam in joking, but he said go to the Raleigh House for help, but he really meant it. If truly you have an addiction, you can call them directly. Or the people who call this number, we set it up as a community service for those who have addicts in their life. It'll help you address the addict, how to talk to them, what to say depending on who they are in your life, and then they will answer all of your questions about treatment. They have many treatment options, all evidence-based, designed to help reduce substance abuse. They will answer questions about cost, insurance, duration, whatever you need, even about other programs. Call them, please. They're a caring, loving staff available to answer all of your questions discreetly, confidentially. 720-893-5559. If there's an addict in your life, this will never, ever get better without help. 720-893-5559.
Hey, did that new iPhone of yours come with a little message inside from the 9-year-old that built it in China? Some of them do.
Why is Mark so upset with the fact that I got an iPhone? Yes, I dropped the Droid, but here's what you don't understand. I've had iMacs, I've had PowerBooks, I've had MacBook Pro, and I've had iPads. I use everything Mac, everything Apple, except I used to have Droid phones. I got tired of I don't know, I just got tired of it, and I wanted to try something different. So I got the iPhone 8 Plus. I know the 10's coming out in a few days, but I got the 8 Plus, and I absolutely love it, and Mark is doing nothing.
$1.12 per hour these kids make.
So he
and that's Chinese money.
Perfect, Tom. So how do we measure up?
So he do you understand, people? You have to understand. Mark, his entire day is criticizing others in order to build himself
That
up.
Is not true. You were on Android forever. Now you're on a phone that literally they build nets around the building so when the kids jump out to commit suicide, and you can look at ABC or Nightline, just Google it, and you'll find it. And that is what you're supporting now.
Samsung, right, you don't get any of that.
Samsung hires different Chinese kids that don't jump out.
303-713-TALK is our number. And on a serious note, we just talked to this guy that's out on, he's a fugitive of the law, and he just doesn't want to face reality. He's going to end up either dead or on the lam the rest of his life. This is a terrible situation. You can listen to the podcast. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook. We have some good campaigns going on Facebook. One to raise legal fees for costs associated with an adoption. This guy's trying to adopt a child, and the child's biological father, who is a convicted child pornographer and exploiter, is in prison for 27 years, and he's fighting it with a court-appointed attorney. So that's the justice system we have, and this guy just wants to fight for his daughter. That's all he wants to do. For his stepdaughter he had since she was just a little girl, 3 years old. She's now 7. The father, though, he wants full custody, and he wants visitation. The biological father, this sucks. So we have many things we're working on behind the scenes to help people. And we're also going to war with People's Choice Roofing. I don't see any excuse for this crap. $43,000 job. The contract clearly stated a metal roof and siding. They put on an asphalt roof, and he said, I'll accept the asphalt roof. But they did no siding and refused to do so. They absolutely refused, and they refused to talk to us. Their number 719-778-1784. You should let them know what you think of them. This is, we give people every opportunity to answer before we go to war. People's Choice Roofing. If we don't take a stand, this crap continues. You got to let them know they're not isolated and they're not hidden. 719-778-1784. You don't have to call and be obnoxious. You can say, you know what? I heard about People's Choice Roofing on the Tom Martino Show, and I'm going to tell everyone I know what you're doing. Because if they screwed this guy, what's going to keep them from screwing someone else again and again and again? Deputy Dan, you were perched at the mic when I was talking about this.
Yeah, I got a cell number, too, we can give out.
Good. And who is this for?
This is for Richard Duran, the owner.
Richard Duran. Richard,
And that's 720
720
341
341
7899.
There's so many scumbag roofers out there.
Yeah, you know what?
But this guy
we
is...
knock him down one at a time. This guy just avoids us like the plague. Richard Duran, you scum-sucking pig, you are not going to hide any longer. I am tired of it. I am so tired of contractors taking money. Do you understand that this show deals with everyday life, okay? We can all get political, we can get religious, we can get anything we want, but on a day-to-day basis, instead of pontificating and talking about large topics that don't touch you every single minute of every single day, like the politics on cable, you can tune in here to find out about real life, like who's going to screw you tomorrow, and most likely People's Choice Roofing. 43 grand they take, an incomplete job. Richard Duran, his cell number, he refuses to talk to us, and I'm serious. Do a public service. Don't be obnoxious and rude. Just say, you know, Richard Duran, I heard about your business practices, and I will let everyone know. 720-341-7899 is his personal cell phone, and I encourage you to help him be a better man. That is my purpose, not to hurt people, but to let them see the light. If we do not take a stand, God knows what will happen. If it wasn't for this show, okay, yeah, we stop. It's like our finger in that big giant dam or that big giant dike trying to keep the water back. But if we don't do at least that, more people would get screwed. I wish there were more people doing it, but there is not. Here's their company number and then the cell number. Here's the office. 719-778-1784. And the other number, his cell number, Richard Duran, 720-341-7899. Let's help these people who have been victimized by People's Choice. Let's get People's Choice out of business. David, what's going on with this judgment now? You say you were told you had a judgment. Why were you told you had a judgment, David? That's an unusual thing to be told out of the blue.
Exactly.
So, your boss came to you one day and said you have a judgment?
Yeah, just yesterday.
He just out of the blue said you have a judgment. I imagine it's because he was served with a garnishment, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And so he says, I'm going to have to take out up to 25% they take out.
Exactly.
And then you didn't know about this judgment at all, David?
So, for the last year, I was paying restitution to the courts.
Okay, what is this for, sir? Can you tell me what it's for?
Yeah, about 2 years ago, made the dumbest mistake of my life.
What is it?
I bought a stolen motorcycle off Craigslist and ended up getting charged for me stealing it. But
wait, you were actually charged. Now, did that go away, or were you convicted?
No, I was convicted. I did jail time.
Wait. Of course, everyone's innocent, but David, I'm going to take you at your word now. You're telling me you bought a motorcycle off of Craigslist, turned out to be stolen, and you were arrested and convicted?
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
And when I went to court, I was like, the day of my trial, the public defender said that if I plead guilty, I can have time served and put it behind me. That's what I did.
How long were you in jail?
I was in county jail for almost a year waiting for
my
trial date. And then, even after the public defender told me that it would be time served, I still did another 6 months in prison. Minimum security, but it was prison.
No, this sucks, man. If this is true, you were really put through the ringer. But this is not what you're calling about, man. This is terrible.
So, I mean, I did the time, as far as I'm concerned, but then I still had to pay $10,000 for restitution.
To who?
To the court. Well, to the owner of the motorcycle.
So listen,
I mean,
but through the court.
Yeah. Can I ask you something, David? What kind of defense why didn't you find the guy you bought it from?
There was no, I mean, I was in jail, and there was no...
No, I'm talking about, so you bought it. Do you have the name of the guy you bought it from or anything like that? There was no defense you could put up. When did you get out of jail?
Like a year ago.
This sucks, man. And now you're faced with a judgment, and this is not a judgment that goes away with bankruptcy, right?
No, yeah. Unfortunately, court fines, criminal restitution, even civil restitution kind of crosses over.
I know you say unfortunately, but I'm kind of happy.
That's right. Unfortunately for this gentleman.
Unfortunate for this guy if he's telling the truth.
Yeah, that law is there for an important reason.
And so I'm okay with, I mean, I made a mistake. I did the time. And even though I was in jail all that time, I'm still paying for a motorcycle that the owner got back. It was in mint condition. I didn't, like, wreck it.
Wait a minute. So can't you, I think you can reopen. We ought to ask Joe Lazara again, but I think you can open up that case again. Wait, why did they order restitution if he got it back?
And that's a good question.
Wait a minute. So you were ordered to pay.
All that.
Wait, well, you're not over it because you owe 10 grand.
Right, and see, I'm willing to pay it, but I was making payments for like a year.
How much were you paying?
The minimum, like $100 a month is all. So they're going to take more now, right? Well, yeah. I mean, and the whole reason I stopped making payments was because I finally got on my own, got my own place, paying utilities, paying rent, everything on time, if not early, in full. But the last couple months, I got custody of my daughter. Oh, God. And I could not make payments. And out of the blue, my boss tells me they're taking 25% of my checks.
You should call the restitution office and see if you can get back on a payment plan and explain to them that now you have additional dependent and additional financial obligations. I mean, that's who you need to start with.
Why would they do that? But his story, if it's true, it's heartbreaking, but I don't know if it's true because every person that ever calls us accused of a crime is innocent. Everyone does. And I know you're not, by the way, I know you're not trying to get out of that. You already did your time. I'm not talking about you. But the story is so sad. Mark, he buys a motorcycle from Craigslist, turns out to be stolen. They arrest him and convict him of stealing it.
He just said, I'm not saying I'm innocent, Tom, so...
Yeah, no, I'm not innocent. I mean...
Did you steal the motorcycle, sir?
No, sir. I did not steal it.
Did you know it was stolen when you purchased it?
Yes.
Okay, you did. Okay, you did. Okay, now that's enough. Okay. All right. So fine.
I mean, he didn't tell me it was stolen, obviously.
Back to the situation, though. There's no one that has a garnishment that's going to release that.
No, they won't.
It's just not going to happen.
And here's the other
thing,
though.
The state is different. Okay, if you here's the thing.
It's ordered through the court,
right.
Not directly from. Right. It's not coming directly from the
right. And their purpose is to collect this for the victim. And if them garnishing him means he's going to lose his job, lose his apartment,
this is not Denver,
be able to pay anything.
This is not Denver because Denver will not enforce restitution. Denver lets them get away with it. So this is not Denver, right?
No, Colorado Springs.
Yeah, I would call the office and tell them.
I'm not innocent. I'm more than willing to.
You're more than willing to pay. You just have to pay less, and you have to see if the courts will accept it. I know one thing. The restitution that was ordered to be paid to me because of some lying, cheating ripoff, he hardly ever pays. And I call them, the Denver District Attorney's Office says, oh, well, you know, it's too hard to keep track of.
Right.
They literally don't care.
Right.
So, you know, I often wonder, the whole system in Denver, the district attorney and everything, it really is a joke when it comes to contractors, when it comes to everything. I don't even know who after Mitch left, who is the DA right now? Who is it? I don't even know. The office is so inactive. They suck. Denver District Attorney. So it doesn't matter.
I would call
Mitch Morrissey or something.
Mitch
Morrissey used to be.
Well, is that who? Here.
Yeah,
no, it's a woman.
Yeah.
Beth McCann.
We ought to try to get Beth on one time. We should.
She's been since November of last year. So you should call
Suzanne,
the
we should try to get
office.
Beth McCann on the air to a district attorney here and one from Colorado Springs. Really. And let's have a discussion, and maybe one from Jeffco. It would be a great show. One or two district attorneys. We can take maybe one or two. No more than that. Even one. But I want to do that now. So you have to call the city directly. Whatever the court is, you have to appeal to them for a lower payment. David, I don't know what else to tell you, bro. Otherwise, you're out.
Yeah.
I got to take.
And actually, I have had Colorado Department of Revenue reduce garnishment once you prove to them you have additional expenses.
Now, I want to put this since we got this email about what Mark and I were talking about yesterday, a no-brainer for businesses. They wanted us to repeat it, and they said it sounded too good to be true. Okay, I'll agree. It almost does, but this is true. If you're in business and you own a building of any size, you don't even have to be in business, but most people don't have buildings for fun. But if you have a building and you have regular fluorescent lighting or tungsten lighting, you can switch over to LED and save tons of money. This is amazing. Here's what's amazing about it. First of all, you can save, listen to this, up to 90%, up to 90% of your electrical bill. You can also get up to half of the installation paid for by your utility company. It depends on how much you save and the job. But the rebates that go up to half. So if you do the math, you can have a building transferred over to LED and get half of it paid for, and then your bills go down 80 or 90%. Think about it. Here's the other thing. Let's say you don't even have the half to put out for installation. You can finance it, and the money you save in your electrical bill is more than you need to pay for that loan. So you start saving from day one. Front range LED lighting. You need to call them.
Pueblo to Denver.
Actually, he even goes north, he said. No?
Pueblo to Denver.
Oh, Pueblo to Denver. Was he getting some north calls?
Yeah, he was. He'd love to take him on. He's so busy, though.
Yeah.
He'll come down and talk to you for free.
You can't, listen, you can't say no to this. There's no reason to say no. You get the guy in, he'll evaluate it free of charge and tell you exactly what you're looking at with rebates, savings, and a loan. No money out of pocket. You start saving from day one. 719-262-2451. 719-262-2451.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
There's a stalled vehicle downtown, northbound I-25 approaching
I-70 off to the shoulder, causing some mild backups on that stretch. Nothing too major at this time. In fact, that's the only slow spot on the I-25 drive right now. There's a crash off highway, northbound Wadsworth, west of 104th. It's a rollover wreck. If you can, just avoid that area for now. That's the only stellar accident being reported.
Why would they pay restitution when he got his bike back?
What do
you mean?
I guess for the all of the inconvenience that they suffered while it was gone. Yeah, lost wages, rental fees. I mean, it's a broad.
He was in jail for a year and a half.
That's because he couldn't bond out. I'm sure he could have bonded out on that, but they set the bond where he couldn't get it.
Poor guy.
I know, it does suck.
That sucks because it's almost like debtor's credit.
Agree. Not a fan.
Cost us double.
Yeah. No, I'm sure the Springs is pretty hardcore.
The troubles we get out of there are amazing.
I know.
And all
It's
the
a different
nutcases.
world. It's a different world. It really is. It's very different than up here.
It's different than, yeah.
Just because of military influence?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, big part of it. And just, it evolved in its own way. It's not a metropolitan area. It's, you know, it's super red. So that means DA's offices are usually, as hard as they can be in a place like that.
Let me tell you, I'd rather be there than Pueblo.
Yeah, I'd rather be there than Pueblo.
Pueblo's like the stuff we hear out of Pueblo.
Oh,
well, and that's real small town news, you know.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Small town here.
Yeah.
Republicans in Washington that broke your promises. This is the result of it. On Denver's time.
That doesn't seem like they do.
Well, I don't think there's a big economy in Pueblo, is there? There's probably not a lot of options.
Thievery is quite
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, let's talk. What can we do for you?
Hey, guess what I found under the Colorado Great Payback?
What, money for you?
No, you, Troubleshooter Network.
How much?
It's all it says is under 50.
Oh,
so I wouldn't celebrate too hard, but I wonder what it is.
Under $50 or 50,000?
No, it says under $50.
Wow.
I get half.
Okay. I wonder what it is, though. Truly, I wonder what it is.
I'm filling it out now.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. Simply Floors and Buddy Mitchell, man. I can't say enough about him. He is an unbelievable guy. Buddy Mitchell, if you go to him, it's hard to believe, but you're going to save like up to 50%. How does a small, I say small, he's only small when it comes to like the warehouse isn't giant is what I mean. But he has all the selection of everyone else. But how does he meet their and beat their prices? I have no idea. He told me he simply takes less profit, but still makes a good living. And you can save 40 to 50%. SimplyFloorsInc.com for all floor coverings, the new luxury vinyl tile, waterproof carpeting, whatever you need. You go to his website. You can schedule an appointment. They have evenings available. SimplyFloorsInc.com for big savings, giant selection. And is Buddy one of the nicest and best people you know?
Of course he is.
He got you into fasting.
Yeah, he's the real deal, man. He is the real deal.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. Thanks. Okay. Betty, go ahead. What's happening? Betty.
Oh, hi, Tom. Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
I'm here.
Let's talk.
It looks like you have a few roof issues this morning.
And you have one too?
Oh, gosh, yes.
What is it?
Ever.
What is it?
I had American Dream Home Improvement come in and put on a roof.
Yes.
After that hailstorm.
Okay.
And I have a handyman who brought it to my attention that there are some really bad soft spots.
How long ago did they do the roof?
Let me see. This was
just roughly.
Not even a year ago.
Okay.
I would say,
so when he said, what did he mean by soft spots? On your decking?
Yes.
What's the name of the roofer you had?
American Dream Home Improvement.
American Dream. Okay, you said that. I'm sorry. So, American Dream Home Improvements, did you ask them to come and check it?
Oh, Tom, you just don't know.
Did you ask them?
I have called these people. I have.
And they won't do it?
No. I just want somebody to come out here, check my roof, let me know that there is nothing that I have to worry about.
Okay, we can have someone, even though you should have used the referral list to begin with, we will find someone from the referral list to go out and look at this because we're used to taking care of other people's problems. And Betty, just please from now on, just use referrallist.com. I can't say it enough. I'll keep saying it. Referrallist.com. It's like the original, and you have me to call personally. 303-MARTINO. You have a problem? 303-MARTINO. So let's get someone to go out. We can get anyone. We can get Excel or we can get someone else. And then they can come on the radio and give us their assessment. I love doing it for people. 303-713-8255. Kathy, what's happening with you? Hello, Kathy.
Hi.
Hi, what's going on, Kathy?
Yeah, I was having some trouble. Back in April, my, at the time, 3-month-old son ended up with a ambulance ride to Children's Hospital. I was advised by the after-call doctors to call 911 because he was having some breathing issues. And so we did. And now trying to get through paying all the bills, the insurance company is saying that ambulance company, which was a 911 call, is out of network.
Okay.
And so they're refusing to pay a huge chunk of it.
Why? Out of network? That's the only reason?
Yeah.
But it's an ambulance.
Yeah, it was an ambulance.
That's how it works, man. That's what our health systems become.
Yeah, I think that's true.
So is there anything, well, hold on.
How much is it?
Well, what they want from us is $3,800.
Wow.
The bill itself is $5,000. I know, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really high.
Yeah.
So actually, they are paying some of it.
They are paying some of it, but they've left us with a balance of $3,800, and the ambulance company says that they're allowed to.
It's the same thing we talk about.
Term that they're using.
Not only do you pay monthly, but then when you use health insurance, it's absolutely useless because you end up paying everything.
I know it. It sucks.
This is Obamacare.
So there must be something we can do. There must be something we can do.
I sent in an appeal, and they said, that's nice, but you still owe the money. So I was hoping that you, who might be more familiar with navigating these things.
We're going to have someone come on, an expert. I don't know, Kathy, if we're going to be successful. Mark put it aptly. He said, this is what it's become, really. And it's unfortunate but true. Unfortunate but true.
You know, all the insurance companies in Colorado in the last week or two went back to the insurance commission and all asked for another 6% plus. So if you already saw your rate increase, which most of them were 30% plus about a month ago, I assure you it just went up again in the last week.
Let's talk to John Jones, okay? And Kathy, hang on. We'll get John Jones from Integra Insurance. John?
Hey, Tom. How you doing this morning?
Good. This really doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out thing because I don't know if we can do anything. When you get a complaint, let's say, from somebody who took an ambulance ride and it's out of network, Kathy, how much of the ambulance ride did they pay for?
They paid about $1,800.
And how much was the entire bill?
About $5,000.
Okay, so it's out of network. How strict do they enforce that?
If it's out of network, Tom, technically it's out of network.
That's it, period. But with an ambulance, though...
911 calls, like, I didn't have an opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. With a 911 call, an emergency, how can they enforce that?
And can I ask you, when you say how can they enforce it, a lot of these ambulances, in fact, I would say the vast majority of them, are not tied into any particular networks. So in her case, you know, with this ambulance ride, and I'm surprised, and if I may ask Kathy, what was the justification for paying the $1,800?
I don't know. That was just I think that's what they would normally pay on an in-network.
John, maybe she hit her max.
I mean, had you hit your max, Kathy, with everything? Did you hit your max like Mark said and everything was then 100% covered? Because it depends on when the bills go in. But if she's out of network, technically she's responsible for those charges. Pure and simple with the way health insurance works these days. There's no...
Yeah,
Go ahead, Kathy.
I'm pretty close to our maximum deductible. I think we have like 100 more left.
And can I ask you, have you tried negotiating directly with the ambulance provider?
I have called them and I have told them that we are in dispute.
Okay, hold on. We're both talking. So, did you ask for a review?
With the ambulance company? I called
them
and
No, not the ambulance company. Did you ask your insurance company for a review?
Yeah, and they denied it.
Yes, and I asked for an appeal on top of that.
Yeah, you're just not going to get it. I mean, they're all hurting so much right now. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Kathy. It is out of network. I mean, have you ever? What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, don't let it go to collections. Don't let it turn into a lawsuit. You know, if you're going to be responsible for it, which seems to be the advice that you're getting from everyone here today.
Oh, you definitely owe it.
You got to get on a payment plan with them. That's your best option. Because if you don't do anything and you keep fighting something that's never going to result in a win, they will put you in collections, ruin your credit, and then eventually sue you. And so it's better to avoid that unless you have a lot of other debt.
That's good advice.
And I got it.
John Jones Integra Insurance, by the way, you know, starting November 1st, we have open enrollment, and I would never ever try to get health insurance without a broker. You don't pay a dime more. 303-466-5500. You can find Integra Insurance on my referral list. Mark, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say basically what you just said. You'd be insane these days not to use a good broker like Integra. I mean, you'd be crazy. They'll tell you, they'll make sure you understand all this. But do you understand what John just said? Most of the time an ambulance is not going to be covered. So if you call 911, you're going to get a bill.
That's crazy. It's
Welcome
crazy.
to Obamacare.
Plumbline Services does plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. I've known Jeff Belk for 30 years, and he's the real deal. They have honesty, integrity, and value, the things you need. You can call a fly-by-night, but you're never, ever, ever going to get the service you will with Plumbline. And so many people call us after they've been burned. Here's what I suggest. If you've been told you need something major like a furnace, please check it. A hot water heater, a water heater, check it. A panel, electrical change, a sewer line, especially the sewer industry is riddled with corruption. Call Plumbline Services for free second opinions. And we mean free with no strings attached and a full written report. If you truly have a bid on something, they will let you know if you're getting a great deal, but of course they want to take a shot at your business. Why not? But you get a second opinion and a full written report. They also will come and do any electrical problem for $149. They will either find and fix it completely with parts, or the call is free. So in those cases where there are multiple problems or big problems that they cannot do for $149, it'll be a free call, but you'll get a complete written diagnostic. It's called Find, Fix, or Free. Call Plumbline Services for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086.
This report is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
We can fit everything in those two.
The highway drive continues to be in fairly decent shape. The section of downtown, northbound flow in that typical spot around 6th Avenue, heading up towards Colfax, and southbound 225.
Right, Dan? Dan said it would be no problem. Those vacuum bags work miracles.
One of my grandsons down in Phoenix had about 6,000, well, more than that.
Well, about a 50% chance.
Helicopter ride.
A
what? Helicopter ride.
With the cool high, I think we've hit.
Oh, yeah.
Like a medevac or
whatever.
Yeah,
stupid expensive.
Right. Oh, that's got to be like 20, 30 grand.
Although those, aren't they operated? No, they're probably not operated.
They're all like
On top of
independent.
that, when the helicopter landed, it wasn't right at the hospital, so we got an ambulance.
So then you have to pay for that too.
Yeah.
See, that's a bankruptcy. That's what happened.
But what they
You
did,
get-
though, they did agree to pay payments
Yeah.
for 50%.
This is where Obamacare
And
wants to get backfires. Because now people
and you
are
can't
going to
wait
go,
too long.
maybe
You
I
gotta
shouldn't
get
call
on
the
that right away.
That's what they did. They
Yeah,
got on right away and said,
that's when you get.
yeah, if you don't have to send it to collections, you're going to lose money in collections.
That's right.
Don't do all
That's
this.
right, because the collectors are going to take it.
Yeah.
Still, 50% of what, 15 or 20
It's
grand?
still a lot,
Yeah.
but you know, if
Oh,
you've got
it's huge.
stuff you would
Yeah,
lose if
but
you
they-
filed
if they
bankruptcy.
can- They will negotiate because this happens to them all the time.
Oh yeah.
By the way, it was on a rattlesnake bite.
Oh God.
The other part is the antivenom was over $250,000.
I was going to say that it's like $10,000 per
24 units
unit.
of antivenom.
10 grand per unit.
Yeah.
And did you hear they just closed those trails in Jeffco? You've been bit?
Field through here.
Oh my God.
3 years ago.
3 years ago?
It becomes necrotic. It's really hard to heal.
Oh my God.
Shark.
Where?
Dan says most of these vacuum bags will actually make it 80% smaller.
Oh my gosh.
Dan, she's talking to you.
You and your little bromance, you guys have
Oh, you can't compete with that. Oh my God.
That King guy is almost all about the freaking
Can't you just use
idiots.
slippers packed
Oh,
way
he
down?
lost it, huh?
He's just
Truth hurts.
yeah.
The problem is there's no way to deal with it except from inside his cell for him. That's where he's at.
He's not going to listen until they shoot him.
Yeah, there. Oh,
I feel
that's
much
awful.
sorry
That's
for
awful.
that
That's awful.
motorcycle guy. I feel sorry for that guy.
I do too.
Even though, like you say, he probably knew they were stolen. But they
On the hour. It's Fox News.
They really
He
did.
probably got charged with
I wonder if he wouldn't roll over on
receiving
me.
stolen property.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, for
That's a
sure.
lot, right.
Yeah.
Receiving, that's hard to get out of.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
but Craigslist, especially if you have a bill of sale.
FrankDuranTheRealEstateMan.com. You won't. Don't even do any thinking. If you truly need anything real estate related, you just call FrankDuranTheRealEstateMan.com, and he'll take care of you whether you're buying real estate or selling it. Refer him to friends. He's a great guy. No long-term contracts because he believes he has to earn your respect in business every day, and he does it, and he keeps people happy. He sells for more in shorter time than anyone else, and he has stats to prove it. 303-920-1622. 303-920-1622. Dan's got a comment on the ambulance ride. You know, what do you do when you have an ambulance and they come and they say, sorry, out of network? There's not much you can do.
Well, guys, am I on?
Yes, sir.
I just caught the end of that. And a little over a year ago, I collapsed in my hallway. My wife called 911, and we got an ambulance from the Cunningham Fire District. I got a bill for $125, no problem. I missed the $5,000 call.
What kind of insurance do you have?
We've got Blue Cross Blue Shield.
I mean, is it through a company? Is it through the exchange?
It's through my wife's job at the
Well, okay, that's why you're not on the exchange. If you're on the exchange, you're screwed. That's the whole deal.
No.
Unless you're poor, then you're not screwed.
Yeah, so you're lucky, man.
Well, anyway, did this lady say where this ambulance picked him up and where it went?
No.
What does that matter though?
What does it matter if her network would pay $1,800? Okay, her network would have paid $1,800.
That's her coverage. Her coverage is what she agreed to when she signed up for that insurance.
Yeah, so what difference does it make?
Well, I just cannot comprehend $5,000.
Neither can I.
Because you're not on the Obama program like some of us.
She did say it was a 3-month-old. Maybe there was some a special, extra expenses dealing with a 3-month-old.
I would guess
in the ambulance?
if you or I took an ambulance for any reason, it would be the same amount, if not more.
Well, I see the bills a lot because medical sends people into bankruptcy all the time, and I've never seen one over $1,500.
That's what I can't comprehend unless she came from Los Angeles to
That's
Denver.
why I said, wow, that's a lot. I wonder if there's some markup for an infant.
I don't know.
Doesn't it depend what they do in the ambulance?
Sure, that's what I'm saying, is maybe there's, who knows if they had to intubate an infant, or I don't know. But, I mean, it sounds outrageous.
Thank you, Miss Lawyer.
Yes, yeah, it does. Thank you. It does sound ridiculous. Ed, what's going on with you, Ed? Welcome. What's happening?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, I'm a general contractor.
Yes.
Getting ready to close a house, and I hired an excavator. He never paid his bills, so we've got a lien on the property.
So, okay. So there's a lien on the property.
From net rental, the equipment rental. He rented equipment.
Okay. And now, how much of a lien is it?
Ballpark $7,800.
Seven or 800 or 78?
$7,800.
Whoa! $7,800. He rented equipment, did work at this address. And whose address is it?
It's a spec home, and he's been paid in full.
And is it are you the builder?
Correct.
Okay. So now you have to, so now there's a lien on your house, basically, that you're trying to sell.
Correct. It is under contract to close in about two and a half weeks.
And you don't have any lien protection because you're not it's not your primary residence. So what does he say about not paying the rental bill?
Well, he's disappeared.
What was his name so we can put it out there?
Well, and I'm in my vehicle. I don't have it. First name is Chester.
Jeff?
Chester.
Oh, Chester. So listen, the rental company, they're trying to get $7,800. Oh my gosh! So you paid him in full, this guy?
Yep, through the construction lender.
How much did you? Wait a minute. You paid him? Didn't he give you a lien waiver of any kind?
Yeah, it was on the back of the check.
But that doesn't affect them.
My construction lender is First Bank. So we all the invoices go into First Bank. They produce.
How much was his job?
Right, $7,800.
Wait a minute. He only charged you the price of the rental?
No. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was about $12,000. I'm sorry.
About $12,000.
Correct.
And he kept it all instead of paying for the rental. That's the bottom line. And he disappeared. Well, I don't know what you're going to do about it. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, you can bond around it, and unless they actually prosecute this, you know, and go through and foreclose on it, you know, and they're going to be there at sale, you know, when you go to sell it.
Sure.
I don't have any solution for you. Gigi, is there any solution? I mean, a bankruptcy wouldn't help because it's a lien on the property, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying you would. I'm just asking theoretically.
Right. I think that's right.
So you don't see anything, right? I mean, if he bonds around it, you know, it's still going to be, it's only, bonding around something is only good if you know you're going to win, but you're never going to find this guy probably. I don't know. Do you think he left the state? What was the name of the company? Oh, you don't remember.
I don't have that in front of me. Paperwork's at my office.
I wonder.
Some sort of clear title action.
You never even thought of this, did you? The rental part. Did they deliver it to that address?
I believe so. Yeah, to that address.
Because if they did not, they wouldn't have been able to lien it. They had to prove and lien the property it was delivered to. That's why with building materials sometimes, if you have them delivered to another location and move them, they can't. If they can't prove what house it went into, they have so when builders have materials delivered to one location and then carry the materials out to another location, suppliers have a very difficult time. But in this one, if they delivered it, I'm trying to find a way out. I don't see any way out.
Well, what's my protection? What good is that lien waiver on the back of that check?
Well, the lien waiver, well, here's what it is. You have recourse against him. That's what the lien waiver is. The lien waiver says, I am waiving all rights to any liens, and I promise you're not going to have any liens. Okay? He lied to you. Now you go after him. That's what it is. A lien waiver, just like a contract, it's only as good as the one signing it. Right? I mean, I can sign anything, but if I don't mean it, you'd have to come after me.
So wink and wink, what are the laws? I mean, if I've paid in full and showed paid in full, how can they lien me?
Well, that's not a bankruptcy issue, right? I mean, it's...
No, he's saying why it's not fair, and you are right.
No, it's not.
It's not fair.
You have recourse against the person who did the bad act.
Now, if you own this home, and it was your primary residence, and you paid in full, you can get what's called, that's an affirmative defense against a lien. You can get the lien removed. But even that's a pain in the ass, so I tell homeowners to still be careful. But the rule is, it's got to be your primary residence, you have to have a written contract, and you have to prove that everything's been paid in full to the contractor. If you can do that, then none of his subs or suppliers can lien you as a primary homeowner. That is a lien protection I fought for years ago. But I'll tell you what, that's the only protection. It's not for builders. That's where you get screwed.
One more question.
Yes, sir. Man, this is terrible because this is going to take out a lot of your profit.
Yeah. It's been ongoing. The lien did fall off, and just weeks ago it reappeared.
How?
If it falls off, you can't just put
they'd have to revive it.
Yeah, no, but they have to renew it. I don't believe, Mark, I don't believe once it expires you can just go put it back on because you have to do it within a certain amount of time. Hold on a sec. Let's get somebody about liens right now and find out how they did that. Let's figure it out. 303-713-8255.
Like a title company person, maybe.
Okay, so approval reverse mortgages. There are a lot of changes in reverse mortgages. There's some good news and bad news. The good news is some of the costs have gone down. The bad news is with 62 years old to like 66, that age group gets less money out of their equity. But I think people really should consider it anyway when they're older. I always say the older the better, and the more equity the better, of course. But here's the deal. It's not for everyone. It's for probably a minority of people, but the ones who meet the criteria, it's a great option for retirement, a reverse loan. It really can help. But Joan Sullivan is the one I trust to tell you if you're a candidate or not. 303-771-3528. 303-771-3528. ApprovalReverse.com.
From the
Hey, Gigi, when you've seen ambulance bills, is that through private companies too?
Yep,
Private
they all are, yeah. Well, no, some of them are through a city.
Right.
Like they're usually through, yeah, like a
right.
municipality or the local fire department.
So this 5,000 does seem.
I've never seen one that high ever. And I mean, I see multiple ambulance bills a month usually.
Really?
Because medical is
Is the biggest reason, right?
Yeah, I think so. I you know, yeah. That and just wages, not enough money to meet the bills.
Cars?
I get so frustrated with it. This lady, I said Obamacare. Of course it's
because of all that negative equity.
What's going to happen when all these student loans and stuff? I know they can't bankrupt.
It's going to be a crash, like the housing crash.
Would they say, what is the deal if you say at $100,000, so I'm going to go get a government job to help pay it off? How much is it paid off each year? How long do they got?
That's not how it works. It's like you have to pay for 10 years. On income-based repayment for 10 years.
Gotcha.
So if you're making good money, you're going to pay a ton, and then they're forgiven in 10.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to just have the lower payment that you're allowed to get right off the bat and pay them for 30. Because that's usually what it is. I mean, I'm still paying mine.
Are you really?
Because it doesn't. I mean, they're at 4%.
Oh, you got it.
They're at 4%, and you know, they just keep on trucking.
When you went, did they have interest free while you were going to school? They didn't have that.
No. They started at 8%.
Okay.
And then I refied them in like 08.
Okay.
To 4.
When I was going to school, I needed to take out loans, but they had 0% until you graduated.
I don't think they do that anymore.
I don't think so either.
The worst ones are the private, though, because then you have no protection like you do with the federal. There's no forbearance period. There's no...
So you could bankruptcy out of a private
No, they changed that in the 80s.
Oh.
Or, no, they might have changed that in 05.
Okay.
It's bad. It's $1 trillion bubble.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. Private should be dischargeable in bankruptcy because the value of the education isn't always there.
Right.
They sell you hard on them, like high-pressure sales, especially for technical degrees. It's not right that people get stuck with those forever.
I think the educational system should almost be held. Because that's when the price of education, I think, started skyrocketing, didn't it? Or when it's so easy to get loans?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's crazy what it costs. I don't think the value is there half the time.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Let's talk to Ed. And Ed, basically, we're trying to get a hold of an attorney, but it's toward the end, and if we can't get someone, we'll get you an answer tomorrow. But here's what our question is it basically if they have any ideas about that expiration and re-entry. When was it first placed on the house?
The end of last year.
And how long after construction was that?
Probably 5 months. 4 to 5 months.
5 months, okay. Then we have to figure out if they had a right to put it. I think, what is it, Mark, 6 months to file a lien in the beginning, or is it 4 months? Is it 6 months?
On a personal property? Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. You got to do a 10-day right to lien. After that,
Did you get a 10-day notice?
Oh, yeah. Everything was done, and it was literally days before the expiration.
Okay, got it. What was it, 6 months, is it, they have?
And then it's on for 6 months,
No,
right?
they've got to take them to court by then and win a judgment.
Within 6 months?
I think it is 6 months. They still have to file the actual lien, of course.
Yeah, but how did the guy get it renewed?
Well, he probably didn't show up for court, or the guy faked it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Ed, this might not be a valid lien, so hold on. Suzanne, let's try to get an attorney for tomorrow.
Siglian knows them in and out.
Yeah, we'll get Brandon Siglian on. Let's talk to Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah.
What's going on, sir? What's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hi.
How can I help you?
Well, yeah, I'm telling you now. I had some windows installed, I think, a couple of years ago, from that hail damage in Denver.
Yes, sir.
And all the windows were installed properly. but there was one window up top.
Okay.
Just, you know, like a gable type window.
All right.
It's just there. It's not a room. It's a room, but it's just insulation behind it.
So what's the problem with that window? Let's go right to that.
Well, it's not blackened all the way out. You can see through it. It's darkened, but not blackened, you know.
Well, what do you mean darkened and not blackened? First of all, windows are supposed to be transparent.
No, not when you're covering up the insulation room. You know, it's just rafters and, you know, insulation in that little area. I guess
I'm not clear on something. You had your windows replaced in your home, right?
Yeah, in the front.
Okay. And one of the windows you ordered black?
No. That's the way it originally was built. See, it's just in an area where there's insulation over, you know, it's a fake room, so to speak.
No, I understand that, Jay. So you had that window replaced.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was one of them that was replaced.
Oh, right, and and that's the one you're having a problem with, right?
Because it's not totally black.
But I've never heard of a black window. Do you mean the glass? You want black?
Yeah, the glass should be darkened.
Okay, hold on one sec. Just 1 second. Suzanne, can you find out from him quickly about a black window? What does he mean? Does he mean tinted? What does he mean? He wanted a black window.
Mark, remember our neighbors
had
those?
Just hold on. Michael, you say that you know about liens. Go ahead, Michael.
Yes, Tom, on that rental agreement, there should be a photocopy of that contractor that rented that equipment. That's where he needs to go, is get that information so that he can sue him, because they have that on file. His driver's license.
Oh, you mean how to find the guy. That's a great idea.
Yes, that's where he needs to go.
Okay, thanks. That's good information. You know, I didn't think of that. And go ahead, Dave. You have some information on liens. Go ahead. Dave?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What do you know about liens?
Tom, I work for a title company. The problem you got here is the courts aren't upholding the true laws. So
okay, well, go ahead and tell us the information.
So what we would do is we would hold 1.5 times in an escrow until it went to court, or the court, you know, told us to give them over the money. That's the problem you have here.
Okay, but so you're telling us, but do you know how long they have to prosecute a lien before it drops off?
Well, we hold it for 13 months if they don't renew it. But again, going back to the courts aren't upholding these correctly.
Meaning what? They let them slip by and renew when they shouldn't?
Yes, they are. It's a mechanic's lien law, and the law is for the mechanic, and it holds up to the mechanic in all of this.
No, I understand that. So what I'm saying is, if they let that lien drop off and they did not foreclose on it, I don't think they can just go and renew it, can they, if it already dropped?
Well, and that's where I'm saying it's very open in interpretation right now, because the courts aren't doing the letter of the law on it.
I see what you're saying. They're letting people slip through.
Yeah, exactly.
So if he challenges it, there might be a chance that he can get it thrown out.
Well, absolutely. But again, like I'm saying, they're holding it to the mechanic, not to the owner, and he's the owner.
You're saying that they're favoring the mechanic?
Yes.
Okay.
Favoring the mechanic.
But he's also a working guy. I mean, to me, it sounds, I know what you're saying. They're favoring the person who brought the lien. But it seems to me that if you're supposed to foreclose on a lien within a certain amount of time and you don't do it, you shouldn't be allowed to just go and renew it. I think, in fact, we're going to just find out. I need to find out. We're going to get an attorney on to talk about liens tomorrow. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. Wink and wink. Thank you very much for being here. 303-410-1720. And remember, folks, referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.
If you're looking for a new or used car...
Did you look at the cost of anti-venom?
Yeah.
$14,000 a vial in the
for
US,
yeah.
$400 in Mexico.
Yeah, well,
What do you know?
Anti-venom?
Oh, it's
That's the problem, is nothing's going to change when they're allowed to charge what they charge.
Right. That's really a healthcare issue.
And that's not just an Obamacare issue.
No.
That's been the issue.
If the government would get out of healthcare, it would fix itself. I don't know why people don't understand that. It's simple as that. They say you can't sell across state lines. They say if you walk into a hospital, they have to do it. How about if you walked into Del Frisco's and said, I'm hungry, and they have to feed you? There would be no Del Frisco's. The government mandates everything.
With people just like dying on the street outside of the hospital.
Of course not.
That's what's going to happen.
Of course not. But what happens?
That's what's going to happen.
How many people don't have insurance and could afford it? Should they not have to pay the hospital?
Well, isn't that? I know that's the mandate everybody hates so much, right? I'm not
the
saying
mandate
it
I
works
hate is
the
I
way
got to
it
pay
is.
for pregnancy. I got to pay for all kinds of shit that we'll never use.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
It's nothing but a shift of wealth. There is all Obamacare is a shift of wealth. There is nothing else.
Well, it is redistribution, Mark.
That's
yeah,
all
it is. It is, but that's the
I don't think that was the
society.
reason for it.
That is exactly the reason for it.
I don't think they really put for that. I think they
I don't mind. How about
see
kids?
the wealth down
Kids
at
you
the
cover
bottom
'em.
end.
Kids that don't have money, you cover them. You got some guy sitting on his ass at home, you don't give him shit. If he's able to go out and work, I don't want to pay for his shit.
Or a guy smoking 4 packs a day, right?
I don't mind paying for his
right,
kid shit because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
We can chip in and make that kid better, but my God, it's insane. Here's what I say.
Mess.
I'm in the position where a lot of people are. I get no subsidies. I get no tax credits. We spent, you ready for this? You're going to shit.
Yeah.
$25,000 last year with no health issues.
I'm self-employed. I'm right there with you.
Okay.
We spend the same.
It's insanity.
It's insane, but they gotta stop letting them charge, $90,000 a year for this drug, $30,000 for that drug, $5,000 for an ambulance ride.
But listen, if they were out of it, then we could go to Canada and buy the fucking medication. We could go to Mexico. Right now it's illegal for us to bring the same medication back in because of the fucking feds. That's what I'm saying. If they were out of it...
What you're going to buy in Mexico will probably kill you.
Well, that's true, but not in Europe. In Europe it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
Or Canada.
Yeah.
They write off the R&D on our
But
nickel.
Canada, hello, why is it cheaper in Canada? Come on.
Why is it?
Because it's socialized.
Oh, so even the drugs and stuff
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah.
Even for us to go up there? And
No, but for, well,
We can't legally
that's the
bring
only
it back
market is for them. Yeah.
No, they screw the American, the drug
So
companies.
the government is involved, and it's cheaper. So it's a
But
complicated
it's not our
issue.
government.
No.
It's the Canadian government.
I agree. I agree.
Our government's the one that screws us on it.
Right. But
If it was
our
open market,
government
if it was open market, it would be cheaper.
They just want who's going to be the next trillionaire. That's all they fucking.
What has Uncle Sam ever been involved in where the price hasn't gone up?
Absolutely.
No, I agree. It's broken. It's broken. It's broken.